It's a wonderful time.
Hello, y'all. Thank you for waiting. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Role Players. Hello. It's Friday. It's Friday. It is happy time. It's happy
Do you guys remember
time.
that song?
Oh yeah.
It's happy hour.
Oh yeah. I mean, it actually.
It really, yeah, it actually is. It actually is. Yes.
Oh,
That little ditty
What
of a
is?
dance you did, that was meme worthy for me. Those were some NSYNC arms, good sir.
I like that. Yeah.
well, bitches. I need my pan. I need my pan.
Well, y'all.
I'm gonna get my pan.
Oh,
You get it.
It's yeah.
Rihanna, I'm in love with your dainty collar.
Thank you so much. I was just saying I feel like a schoolgirl, but maybe I can just be a lady tonight in the swamp.
just
I
this
love
once.
that.
Just this once. Swamp lady. Swamp lady.
Yes, I did the braid, very Jane Austen.
Yeah, no, I like the bread.
I love it, Jane Austen of the Swamp.
Yeah, and we are
That's right.
all here for it. Okay?
Yes, we are. We are.
Okay,
That's kind of
good.
what we're here for. But
We're also going to talk about Jesus Christ tonight.
okay.
And you're just like, okay. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
Agree with the fact that I'm having scotch because I'm feeling really guilty already. There are a lot of things I'm already feeling bad about. So if you bring Jesus into this, I'm gonna start.
Would it start with M?
Well, let's just say he loves everyone, and Azaria look created beautiful. Okay,
That
anyway,
sounded
hello.
murder. That sounded like poor Toots McGee could be caught in the crossfire here.
Toots McGee.
Coach McGee, has there been a murder?
Has there been a sighting of Toots McGee? We're going to the field.
The prime suspect, Eric said, is thought to have murdered Toots McGee. That was Toots McGee.
We gotta find Toots McGee. Wherever she is, I'll find her.
Azar, I don't know if your
Getting
mic, if your
flashbacks,
proper
sorry.
mic is plugged in. Check that. For the rest of you, hello and welcome to another episode of the Role Players. I'm just going to start this
guys.
over. Thank you for joining us as we play legit the world's best role-playing game ever created, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master Judd. These are my role players. Say hello, role players.
Hello, role players.
Hello, role
Hello,
players.
Mortal.
All right.
So,
right.
all right. So we're obviously we're missing on Maddie. She had a conflict tonight, but we'll see her next week. But yes, all is well. She just had another thing on this Friday night. But I think before we jump in tonight for some crazy action down in the swamp,
Oh yeah.
Gabriella, why don't you give me?
Bayou.
Why am I? Because I'm bumping a tripod. That's why, Ashley, I'm not centered. There's a tripod here, which I don't know
just
why.
love
Why
that
is there
you
a
got a
tripod next to me?
message that was like, "Why are you not centered?"
Yeah.
Maybe she'll text back and be like, "No, I meant spiritually."
Oh, yeah, it's kind of both. It's pretty much both.
Yeah, that is what she meant.
Just hound him all
Give him
day
that.
long.
Give him that Jesus cross.
Just
Right.
hand it through.
Hand it over.
I will FedEx this to you if you
Okay.
need it.
Yeah.
Speed.
All right.
Speed delivery.
Through
I
an
am-
hour.
In the meantime, I'll use bourbon.
Good. Yeah, that was invented by monks. So great.
There you go. Great. Okay,
whiskey
Gabby,
was
do you want to go through our quick announcements?
I sure do. The
Excellent.
announcements are that, we do have a wonderful contest that actually ends next Friday. And you can find out more info about it on our socials. And Jed, why don't you guide us through some of the details about that? It's really exciting, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are giving away a copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It just came out. I've been seeing it blowing up all over the socials.
Ooh, I
People are
like
pretty
it.
stoked about it. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. So get a copy of
read
that. You get a painted mini from Thrill Studios. You get a set of dice from, of course, Skull Splitter.
Skull Splitter.
There you go. Well done.
Skull splitter. The metalist dice around.
So metal. So metal. And what else? T-shirt. Role player T-shirt for you coming at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
pretty good price package. So look for the link. It's on our socials. It's on our Discord. If you're not on our Discord, jump on our Discord. And you get
that
like
anyway.
numbers of entries for checking out all of our stuff. For being a subscriber, you get 5, all that. So check it out. And the drawing is next Friday. It's a Black Friday giveaway.
Amazing.
Gabriella, over to you.
Friday, Black Friday already.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, we also have 2 wonderful sponsors who support the stream and through whom we're able to enjoy our gameplay, because they do provide some awesome merchant tools for our gameplay and the gameplay of any other tabletop role players. That is Skull Splitter dice, as we just talked about it. But they do create some incredible dice of all sorts, all kinds, including the rainbow dice that our DM Judd owns.
Oh, yes.
And we do have actually a special discount code. You can see it underneath, and I think it's TRPSS 15, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
That is
Nice.
the
Well done.
discount code for 15% off. Thank you,
Wow.
thank you very much.
The first person
Right
to
off the-
remember the code.
Right
That's
off
a
the
big
doily
moment.
cuff.
That's a big moment for us.
I can play code names with that. It's very,
Oh my
very.
gosh. I feel pressure now for the second one, because our second sponsor, of course, are the wonderful Thrill Studios.
Thrill
And
Studio!
Thrill Studios!
Or actually,
Studios.
I like our longtime viewer, Timmy the Spork's suggestion that what if we switched the pitches on them and it was
Oh.
Thrill Studios, and then
Splitter.
Skull Splitter
Nice!
Thrill Studio.
Friday. On
Thrill
Freaky Friday, we can do that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. I kind of like this.
Yeah, maybe we'll switch it up.
Suggestion.
Sponsor of Thrill Studios produces incredible minis only today and every day after. You can find them painted and non-painted of any type and game you would like. They make incredible stocking stuffers, and you can get 15% off if you go on the website and type in TRP15. Do it now.
Wow, that's great. Let's do another take. 10% more aggro. Go.
All right.
And
I
can
need some
also,
powder. Got a
sorry,
little red.
one
Yeah.
note from client. Can you just be even a little bit more out of breath at the end than you
Yeah,
were the
that's a
first
good.
time?
That's a good
Okay.
note.
All right. I'll try.
Somewhere between just ran a 50 and like.
Let me hit myself in the diaphragm, just like, okay, we're good to go. Thrill Studios are the best studios ever. You have never seen a movie because they don't make them, but they
But
make
I'm
minis.
sorry. Is there a smoker's voice thing going on now?
44 years coming.
Yeah.
44 years. Yeah, and counting. No.
Could you do it as if you were a male? Oh, she's going for it.
Someone dub me right now. And go.
Thrill Studio. I can't keep a straight face.
I like that instead of just doing a normal male voice, which you have, you did like Groot.
Yeah.
Right.
I am Thrill Studio. All right. Well,
I'm a man.
Gabby,
am a
thank you.
man.
Thank you
That's
for
the
that.
lowest I can go. Thank
And
you.
apologies to our
am on
sponsors.
I'm a woman, I promise. I'm a female.
Okay, so yes, that
Yeah,
is.
no doubt.
So y'all, it's Friday. This is what happens.
Okay.
We get to. This is our
Let's
fun
go.
time. This is
Let's
we're gonna have a great time. So let's go ahead and start
Excuse
with
me.
the beautiful, amazing song written by not Chad but Otto. Chad had nothing to do. It was all Otto.
Right.
And
But a mere vehicle through which Otto exists.
It's true.
Right.
it's true. And we'll be right back.
Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from sailing up Niagara Lee. For we are thee.
I'm like, oh, what's the black screen? Oh yeah, it's over. Hello, wake up. Okay, everyone. How do we do this stream thing? It's whew. been a week, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's pull it back in. Let me start some music.
Uh-oh, are the schoolgirl braids going away? Is someone letting her hair down and breaking some rules along the
do it
way?
again, but with like glasses.
Ooh.
And you should have glasses on first, and then like do the whole like.
Yes.
You're so right.
Nailed it.
Totally do that.
Nailed it. We'll just superimpose it later in post.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
It'll yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Swamps.
swamp. That's
So
it.
swamp.
Recap. Swamp.
Swamps.
All right, we'll see you later.
And we're here.
Okay, everyone. So,
We're here.
you finally, last time in Anachrony, you finally had a moment for some sweet shopping, Chad, in the glorious city of Asley.
I remember.
Just stolen away from us.
How could I forget?
Stolen away.
It's our favorite. Unfortunately, the necromancers seem to have other plans for you. They found you in the market. They saw you without any disguises on. You managed to kill one of them, but the other one teleported away. Now clear that you all are actually being hunted, you quickly finished up the rest of your shopping. Seville, you got a
Quickly.
buckler partially made. Tabitha got her frost skin actually formally turned into a dope like hooded cape with matching collar for Snack. And Dagmara, you bought a whistle to attempt to track the large rock-like birds, the Invoni.
I'm giving up.
You all made your way to the magic shop where the hidden entrance to the cutters / Edgeguard happens to be when Tabitha and Erisette decided to go check out that lead on the Alkera thief and some kind of magic sword that maybe she had a bead on. Well, getting to her tent, Tabitha used Thieves' Cant to ask about this magic weapon, and after some bartering and revealing that you were part of the group that is actually from outside of Anachrony, and she knew right away what that meant and how valuable you were. You did a trade, you got the price down, you paid for this information about this weapon that's supposedly from a very long time ago and extremely powerful, perhaps even a weapon of the deities. But as she packed up and got ready to leave, Erisette, in a very shocking moment, fired an arrow into her back. The little golden tree in her pocket burned painfully, but she fired another one, killing this thief. And we witnessed the little golden tree burst into flame and die in a very sad little pile of ashes. After that, you all met up. You passed over the absolutely genius store of the magic shop, which we didn't get to see. You made your way down below to where the Edgeguard are, and you could tell there was a frantic kind of energy. Seville, they handed you a pack, said, "This is from Loire. There's your teleportation circle. We're bugging out of here." All of the safe houses are being changed, and they ushered you one by one into this teleportation circle. You all teleported away, coming out into a kind of ramshackle room, like bare wood, the instant smell of like heavy, moist, like vegetation, almost that slight hint of rotten eggs in the air. You saw Snack react very quickly, recognizing this smell. Tabitha recognized it as well, and you realized you had teleported successfully to Pelke. One by one, you made your way down the stairs and found yourself in this kind of rickety building, and there's a tavern downstairs. And as you looked out to the city of Pelke, you see elevated walkways and buildings on stilts and this kind of murky, swirling kind of bog beneath. And that's where we find you today.
So it kind of smells like a little Lafroig.
It's a bit of Lafroig, yeah. There's some
Little peaty scotch in the air. Okay.
Yeah. But not quite that lovely.
Scotch.
Not quite that lovely. There's definitely, even as you make your way downstairs, and you see there's open door here. There are windows that are just like cut out squares. So the smell, you're closer to the water, and that smell of that rotten eggs a little bit stronger down here.
All right. Tabi, Erisette, was there anything left of this tree? And I'm taking off my backpack as I'm saying this, my large one, not the cutter pack I got from Larar. Was there anything left of this tiny tree?
Yes, there were ashes. I took them. They're in my pouch.
Araset, let me see those ashes right now, and I'll pull out a vial. Just trust me. And I'm going to take out an empty vial. Please, let me have them and put them in here.
And I do. I take them and I very carefully take them. And I try not to drop even a drop of it. My hands are shaking just a little as I do it. But I think, do you want me to do a dex check on it, or do I manage to get them all in, Judd?
Well, now you have to. Yeah, let's see a dex check.
Do a dex check to dodge the raiders.
I'm wondering too.
Hey.
I'm under like
Pulled
this.
out, so it's not gonna count.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
King. Oh shit.
Well, I tell you what.
Serves me right. I rolled a 3.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I've got.
All right.
But,
So Seville
see you're
jumped
going
in.
like this.
Yeah. Thank you. Seville jumped in and slid his hands underneath. So Seville, why don't you roll a dex check and see how much? Let's see what you got.
Oh lordy.
Is that a swamp cat?
That was Snack.
That's Snack.
No, he's so little.
What is this? It's just straight dex check?
Random. Actually, no, that was a regular.
Yeah, just give me a straight dex. You can add your dex modifier.
Okay, 13.
Okay, I'm gonna say yeah.
Lucky number.
You see, auspicious. Thank you. Seville's hands shoot out at the last second. You see a little bit of the ash, falls past your hand, but you get the bulk of it. I mean, you get, a good like 99% of it. You watch the rest of these particles filter down, and you look down and you see that this building really is rickety. There's space between some of the boards, and you can see kind of that dark swirling water underneath.
All right, I'll cap it and I'll put it back in my backpack.
Okay.
Hopes of reviving what was lost, Seville?
You never know, Otto. You never know.
Look, I didn't know that it was wrong. I wouldn't have done it if I thought it was wrong. I didn't want her to suffer, and I'd already started. There was no turning back. I don't know why I killed the tree.
Look, Era said I wasn't there, and I'm not wise enough to judge anyone. It's what happened to the tree that I'm concerned about. Whatever happened there, that's, again, like I said, that's between you and yourself and Tabby and herself, because it sounds like she didn't do much to stop you or whatever. But I wasn't there. I can't judge you. It's just, I see what I see. Whatever you did exploded this piece of Chateauroux, and, I just...
Well,
that's all. I can't say anything else, but
listen, we
got to focus now.
We've talked about, we'll need to be very careful about depending upon others outside of ourselves. We've learned that many times over. And if this tree crumbled to the ground, seemingly so minuscule, then, well, it probably wasn't going to be that much help anyway.
I tend to agree with you. I can't possibly understand right from wrong completely. I had to protect my country, and she, Tabby, not that I blame her, this is my fault, but she had given her details about all of our whereabouts, and this woman had nothing to live for. She'd been of the dark, of the corrupted, all the thieves in this entire dimension is crawling with evil people, and that would have threatened everything that I hold dear. If that tree did not understand my criteria for good, I don't know that it's my God anyway, whatever it was.
Listen, whatever you want to tell yourself, it belongs to yourself. But, you're not evil. So, but this is on you, and you and Tabby, so you guys deal with it. But we've got a mission, and I don't know what you told or who this person was or how you think she's evil or not. But again, wrestle with it when you're in reverie or in your own time, but we got to lock it down, and we've got to get to this site.
Well, listen,
and find out where the hell we are.
I think it's worth saying here that what we're realizing is the full scope of this threat that we face. We can't, and I hold up a little book of one of Otto's, book of legends from Faerun and myths and stories. And I say, not like the heroes in these books, where they get to walk a clean, righteous path the whole way to complete their goals. That's just it. It's the thing of story. If we truly wish to bring down the evil that we face, I don't think it will be as simple as that. We won't have our hands completely clean. We won't have just gone one way or the other. Things aren't so black and white. And the quicker we wrap our heads around that, I think the better off we'll be.
I've heard of stories of heroes who have done the deepest, darkest things that you could ever imagine, and still they're used by a god, they're used by a higher purpose. So why not someone who might be considered lost? Why not say you, Ariset? Why wouldn't you be here for a bigger purpose? And don't you think that this tree might be trying to communicate something? Even if it did crumble into ash, maybe that's a sign. And I don't think it makes you bad, but I have to agree with what Seville says, that there is some sort of compass that it follows. And I'm just curious to find out what that is.
And that's why I'm afraid. Because all my life I've lived by a compass. I thought that I was in line with that compass. This tree seems to think differently. And contrary to what you have said, Otto, I'm not a big believer in gray. But I agree with you as well, Seville. There's nothing we can do about it right now, and maybe there's a way to resuscitate it. And certainly I'll tell you something. I don't understand this tree. Not completely. We've killed many other things before. It hasn't crumpled like a flower.
I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. Like I said, we can't depend on things like this tree. We have to depend on ourselves. Now, Seville's right. We should move along. We have a site to rid of evil.
Yeah, so let's find out where this site is, at least in its generalities, and see if we can get a guide maybe. And let's look at Pelke here.
Yeah, Seville, as you say that and you turn around and there, this is not a big tavern. And again, there's like a front door, doesn't even have a door. The windows, there are no panes of glass. It's all very open. There's a small table. There are two people, and they're kind of like half, drink frozen, from their mouth as they're just all watching you have this conversation. And there's this guy behind the bar, and he's cleaning this glass with this disgusting rag, and he's also kind of mid-frozen. He's just watching you all have this conversation, and he's kind of, that all of you then?
That's all of us.
No?
Yes.
That's all of us.
Right. Drink?
Sure. Yes, please.
We'll have some drink and some information. Tell us about this place here.
Yeah.
Tell us what we can expect in Pelke here. What's available?
I got ale and I got a frog bite. Which one do you want?
What's the local?
Ale it is.
Frog bite. And he turns around.
Frog bite it is.
He grabs this
Ale it is for me.
large, clear but dirty bottle and slams it down. And you see there's this like floating dead frog that kind of gets swirled at the bottom.
Sir, my man Otto here is a man of the world. Tastes alcohol and spirits from all over the place. He's the one you want to give it to first. He is really the one you want to give it to.
Takes
Otto,
that,
right? Yep.
He takes that glass that he was cleaning. You see it's just greasy smears.
I'll buy it for the lot of you.
Pours you a shot and passes it over. Ale for you.
One for me as well. I'll take the frog bite.
Yeah, I'm just like shaking my head at Seville as I grab it and like sniff it, and I'm like,
oh, and it smells like toxic pure grain alcohol. This is like
moonshine.
This is full moonshine. There's nothing good about this.
This is no apple pie moonshine.
No, this definitely it smells a little bit like dead frog.
What song is playing in the background too here? It's like, we're from the country and we like it that way.
Exactly.
It's like that, very 90s pop country jukebox going on right now.
There you go.
I was born on the bayou.
Now CCR, if they switched over to that, I think I could start to get down a little
Yeah,
bit.
we can
that's
get
a different
down on this.
tavern. That's not this one.
Yeah, we got to go find that tavern.
That tavern's
Let's
fun.
do some open mic night.
Eric
All
said
right.
he slides one over to you as well, kind of a like impressed look in his eye as he does it. Gabriella, Dagmara, an ale to you. You?
Excuse me, sir.
I think I enjoy this far more.
No,
Am
the
I-
ale's terrible too.
Am I right? Am I right in thinking that the dead frog is a very intentional choice? I'm assuming it adds something to the flavor, or
Nah, just crawled in. Nah.
You actually had me because from the look of it, but yes.
We call it frog. We call it frog bite for a reason, you know.
Oh yes. Well,
I raise my glass to you, Seville.
that is just lovely.
Otto. I say
Cheers.
Otto. Cheers. Moral ambiguity.
Yes, that
You
is
just
something
keep
I
digging
can,
yourself in a hole. All
I
right.
can get behind.
That's 6 silver.
I'll have one more.
Good. Ariset's paying.
Can I
Yeah,
just ask for some water,
Just said
please?
you were paying.
Just,
I'll change my mind.
that's our
How
water.
much do I owe you? How much?
well, I thought that was the ale.
That's what we got for water here.
Yeah, I'll take out 6 silver and put it across.
All right.
All right.
Some expensive drinks.
I'm gonna play some hardball here, and I'm gonna take out 10 silver extra, and I'm gonna lean over to him and I'm gonna say, "We weren't kidding about that information part. We're looking to see what there is to see of this place. I've heard there's some sites of or place of sort of significance we should check out here."
Yeah, in Pelke.
Yes, there must be some. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps in the swamps, some sort of shrine, or I don't know. You know what I mean, right?
There's all kinds of stuff rumored in swamps. And he's eyeing the silver in his hands, kind of going out to take it. If you want information, he slides it back to him. Gotta talk to old Hortsak.
Old Hortsak.
Yeah. Crooked
Where
tooth,
can we
some of
find
us call
old
him around
Hortsak?
here.
Where can I find Old
Said.
Hortsak?
Other side of town, near the large fallen tree. Can't miss
Anything
him.
else?
Fallen trees are there.
There's only one large fallen tree in town. The rest are small. You'll see.
Anything else I should know about our friend? It sounds like the man who carries a bit of a reputation.
And you look at this guy, and he's human, and he's like 40 going on 70. He is, those guys that are large, and you're like, oh, that person was a former adventurer, like muscles kind of gone to pot sort of thing. That is not this
Yeah.
dude. This dude looks like he's never seen the sun. He's got a gut and just very unhealthy looking. And he's kind of like, well, old Hortsak, a bit of a legend in his own mind around here. Can't miss him. Green skin, sharp teeth, old as the hills. But
It sounds like you're describing one of those great alligator creatures.
I don't know what no gator is, but
Crocodile.
he's like a croc, yeah. Talk to him. He's been around. He knows the swamps, at least this end of it anyway, better than anybody.
And
you.
what's your name?
Oh, Skulfy.
And what's Sculty?
Skulfy.
Sculfy. And what's the name of this here establishment?
Skulfies.
That's very clever, Sculfy.
Creative.
It was Tanner when it was my
Yeah.
dad's, but now it's Skulfy.
Well, that's easy
that's
to remember,
exceedingly
Scorpy, and perhaps we'll see you again. Just one question.
Yeah.
Where wouldn't you go in the swamps or around Pelke?
Huh. And he just looks out the window, and you guys kind of follow his gaze, and you see, about like 100 feet outside this window, past the elevated walkways and the edges of these other buildings in this town, small town, you just see the dense swamp out there. You see the trees and the vines and the dark swirling waters, and he's like, anywhere out there.
Oh my God.
Skulky.
How do you protect
Sculpey?
yourself?
Very helpful.
Is that your name, Sculpey?
Sculphy.
How do
Sorry,
you,
Sculpey.
how do
I
you
wasn't
protect
kidding
yourself?
either. I want another of those frog drinks.
Right?
Every set.
Girl's got a
Maybe
taste.
don't- Don't get too, we got stuff to do.
Here's the third one.
Got a
And I
few
take
things.
it and I shove several gold at him and I just shove him.
Several
Got a
gold.
lot
Whoa.
on her mind.
What is wrong with that?
Ever
Have you
set.
ever seen a D&D party overpay for more things in your life?
In this group, we're high
Viewers,
rollers
have
here,
you seen anyone piss away more gold? I challenge you to find.
or diamonds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Diamonds.
Eriset, roll a con
Diamonds are
save
not a
for
girl's
me.
best friend in this campaign. Just
I
not a
can't
girl's
wait
best
to
friend.
find that man and see what he built with my 10 diamonds.
So that on the con is a 8?
Yeah,
An 8.
you slam that back, and you're like, and just boot all over.
And I just lean in. I lean into Otto and I was like, do you see this?
Oh,
That was you just a day ago. How does that look?
and I'm just like,
Welcome to Pelke.
That's worse. That's much
point
worse.
taken. Point taken, yes.
No, that's
Sorry,
much
we
worse
have,
also.
maybe some, alcohol problems and evil problems, but doesn't every family?
Yeah, right.
So yes, I think we should maybe be on our way here soon. Go meet with this
Hortsak.
Sorry.
old Hortsak himself.
And
And give him another silver because I feel really bad about barfing everywhere. But
Why?
we
It
gotta
blends
go.
in with the rest of it.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
Look at
it
this
actually
place.
probably leaked down one of those holes. So
I
you
mean,
probably
it
didn't even
kind
hit
of
the
does leak
floorboard.
between the boards, and you can see he pulls up a
probably
pail
smells
of,
just as
of
the
old
same.
ale. Looks like stale ale. He just reaches over the bar and just pours it at your feet, and it just kind of washes away and then filters down through the
This place
timber.
is so gross. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the swamp, yo.
Let's roll.
And
Yum, yum.
if we want to spend a few nights here, or maybe
No.
make this a
Nope.
base camp, where would you think of staying around here?
Well, the room you arrived at is paid for 2 more nights.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's right.
That's
We knew we'd
One
love
room
it here, so we
great.
booked ahead
Right.
many nights of stay.
That's the best place in
Oh,
town.
the slums.
Well, yes. Don't we just
Sporties, whatever.
make great choices, everyone?
And of course, you play dice around these parts, right?
Oh, at night, yeah.
Excellent.
What
Well,
else we gonna do? Come back. We'll take your money.
My sentiments exactly, and I'll take that challenge. And I'll start out of the bar here to go see Hortsak.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
roll.
All right.
We're all going, right?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's that. Luckily for you, that you booted that up rather quickly. So you felt that kind of initial shock of the alcohol hitting your system, but it's kind of it didn't last because you didn't hold it very long.
Yeah.
So you're just feeling kind of
Now I'm just more in
gross.
shock,
Yeah.
from having gotten instant drunk and vomiting in such a
She's
short span of time. I'm just okay.
Yeah,
okay.
having just vomited wild sauce all over the place.
That's how it's made.
That's how
That's
it's
an act.
made. No,
That's some wild sauce there. It is.
No,
A little tangy and acidic, but
Spoiler alert, that's what wild sauce has been all along. Yes, that's the truth. It's just
right.
so foul.
right.
all right. So
That's your new bonus action. What am I going to do? What am I going to
I puke wild sauce on him.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
We're not making a t-shirt of that. All right.
No.
Well, I mean,
there's
hey,
no-
if you
there's no breath mints in
if you
Dungeons and
reskin the
Dragons.
breath weapon a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, you're basically there. Acid damage. Come on.
Come on.
True.
There it is.
That's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's true.
Maybe some bludgeoning damage from whatever she ate. Projectile.
Okay, now you're pushing it.
No, it's
Well,
part of the
as
attack. It's part of the attack.
As we walk
All right.
out,
So we're gonna walk out. Yeah.
I'm holding Erised and just kind of keeping her steady, and I just reach in, hoping that in this vulnerable state, this will mean something to her. And I kind of whisper to her, and I say, "There's nothing more important than protecting what's dear to you. Trust me, I know. But consider this: what if your reality and your goals and your truth has aligned with that of the tree? Would you be willing to consider that? And maybe the new purpose that you have in this world? Food for thought." And I just walk off. I mean, I'm holding her, but I move away a little bit. And, you know, just as I
Spray range.
smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that should qualify as a sneak attack.
No, for
Roll
me,
damage.
That's
Roll
like
extra.
that's what I so needed at that moment. Like, you guys don't know, but that crushed me to go make that kind of thing. And what you've said to me, Daggy, I like physically look like I look a little bit better, and like I like can like walk, and like I can like I'm like okay, yeah, okay. It means a lot to me. So I start kind of like keeping up with the
Squeeze your hand.
Yeah. I'm
There
like,
you go.
okay.
There you go.
I
As
squeeze
the-
your hand too.
As that warm
And I'm
air
just
flows
like,
through the hole in your armor that the dying baby tree left behind, you're feeling a little bit better as you're strutting down
Way
this
to drive it in.
creaking walkway. I know, I'm just fucking with you.
That's pure girl power. I mean, that is just.
So
That is just girl power.
so everything in this town, as you step out, you hear, first of all, the sounds of the swamp. You hear the frogs. You hear these kind of strange birds and various
It's like Florida.
creatures. There's a lot of life, as there always is in swamps, kind of teeming around you. You do see people in this town, and again, it's not very big. This is a very small town. There's probably a dozen buildings that you can see from this vantage point, all connected with these dock-like elevated walkways. And you see various people kind of going about their business, some boats here and there, people pushing off to go, looks like, do a bit of hunting or whatever they're up to. You do see there's a massive like tree trunk that looks like it must have broken in half, but the other half is submerged on the far side of town. And it's covered this beautiful bright green moss all over it, and there's a building right next to it, and there's no other building around it. And so you know that's probably what he was talking about for Hortsak.
Yeah, and with
let's
some
approach.
Charlie Daniels fiddle playing in the background, I approach that place.
Okay. And you pass by a few of the locals here, and you can see there's not a lot of friendliness. You know, there's kind of suspicious glances as they look at you, as you're all armed and looking, you know, very much the adventuring party. Plus, there's snack, and people are giving a wide berth around what they know this swamp cat down here. So you make your way over, and there's a singular walkway that goes to this building. And about 10 feet from the door, and this door has a leather, kind of like a dark leather kind of curtain, basically, hanging over the door. There is an crocodile, on the ground in front of the door, but strangely it looks like it has its own kind of leather on. And as you approach, its head raises up and its body raises, and it goes to a full prone standing kind of crocodile person.
And I imagine Tabby is probably walking with her cat, being like, "Excuse me, cat, swamp cat coming through, swamp cat coming through," and she's like probably parading
And
Yeah, how does Snack
That's
look?
true.
I mean,
Tabby would totally be doing that.
She's definitely like this. You notice the swamp cat.
is he
likes
taken
me.
off or he's
He's
staying?
with us. We're with him. Her.
so interestingly, I'm sure Tabby would have asked
Right
this
on
if she
cue.
were here, but I'd say, this entire time, Snack really is actually trying to kind of pull away, and I'd say Tabby's probably keeping her close by, but you can see it looks like Snack is itching to just run off and go back into the swamps.
It wants to be free. I mean,
He wants to be with its family.
I think she'd
understand.
probably
like
just
it.
let it go. We should just say she lets it go.
Maddie's listening in the car right now. Like, no,
She's like,
fuck you guys.
fuck them.
She has to call in.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she,
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't take your call right now, Maddie. I'm sorry.
But see, you see a cat like that in the wild. Like literally, you see him like I feel like you see her like digging through the mud and like eating worms, like Simba, and just like loving their life. And we're like,
Yeah.
keep that
Yeah.
cat.
Well, you can see that
Jesus.
Snack, it's not like Tabby is physically restraining this cat. You can see the cat looks very torn between leaping off of the pathway and being close to Tabby. And it's
Aw.
definitely like, I don't know what to do.
Aw.
And which that all stops immediately as this crocodile person rises up in front of you, and seeing the cat reaches in and pulls out these two like punch daggers, except that each one's like a foot long, and his mouth opens up. It's full of these jagged teeth. What you want?
are you Hortsak?
No.
Well, you know where
point us-
Hortsak is, and don't worry about the cat. The cat's tame.
What do you want with
It's with
Hortsak?
us.
More or less.
I got some questions. Nothing's wrong, mind you. He isn't in trouble. We're not, malicious or anything. I just want some questions about Pelke, the swamps around here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Carthan.
And as you say that, you hear, "Let him through." And he looks back and begrudgingly shing, puts his punch daggers back in their holsters and steps aside, and his arm sweeps over and opens up this hanging piece of leather, and you see inside, very dark room.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I'm nodding like affirmingly. Thank
And
you.
it's like, it's just teeth just kind of open and closing
Thank
as you pass by inches from these wicked
Really,
teeth.
like,
Yeah.
way through. Yeah.
All right. I'll step in first.
Okay. Seville.
Right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's all step in.
All right, so one by one, you all make your way into this dark room, and it takes a moment, even for those that have dark vision, for the adjustment to click. And finally, you see another croc person sitting on the far side of this room, and he's got this long pipe, and it's dark in here. There's actually it looks like a couple candles off in the corner, and it smells much nicer in here, almost like there might be some incense or something that is burning. And this person, you do instantly see the marks of a former adventurer. You can tell by the skin, even this dark light, that this isn't a much older croc dude. We can call him croc dude. Where there's some whitening of the skin near the mouth. It's kind of the green of the rest of the skin is kind of pale, but it looks so tough. It looks like he could just take a fireball and just shrug it off. Still wearing really cool custom armor. He's got a bow nearby right behind him. He's got a sword on the table and a drink in his pipe. And he nods to you. Come on in.
Thank you. What are you pocketing in that? Do you mind sharing?
Oh, yeah. Have a seat and I'll see what I can do for you.
Well, that's much obliged.
Much obliged. Thank you.
And he looks at the cat and he reaches over and he takes this big, dripping slab of meat and throws it down on the ground. And Snack's looks up at Tabby. Tabby's nods and he just attacks this piece of meat and just rips it apart. Well,
You just became your best friend. I've been trying to bond with that creature for days, and now you're certainly going to trump me.
Yeah, it
Well.
appears large slabs of meat are the separator.
it's the first time I've seen a domestic one of those. They usually are just trying to kill me, but it's nice. Have a seat. Have a seat. I was told you'd be coming.
And who informed you, good man?
An old friend. I think you might know her. Rena.
Oh, that I do. That I do.
Yeah, we go way back. She said you might be coming calling. I said I'd welcome you. Do what I can.
How do you know Rena? Do you spend any time in the guard?
Well, I know it's dark in here, but I don't see any pointy ears on the side of this head.
Well, no, but you could have served in some other fashion.
Oh, no. We've had an adventure or two some time ago. But while we're not in the kingdom down here, I think she's a good woman.
Speaking of not being in the kingdom down here, we've heard that these lands are quite dangerous and that there are rumors of many sights, perhaps strange or significant sights in the swamps. We're wondering if you could tell us about any of those.
Where to begin? I mean, please make yourself comfortable. There's drinks in the corner if you need anything.
Well, actually, I do. And I hate to ask you again, but what are you packing in your pipe then?
Sorry. And he
He's like,
reaches
"My
over.
bro, what we smoking?"
And there's this beautiful like blue porcelain box on the table, and he lifts the lid, and you can see there's very fine shredded tobacco, and it has a hint of, it's like a cherry or hibiscus kind of smell that comes off of it.
I'm like, oh, is that hibiscus? Well, oh, excuse me, one moment. And I go over with my pipe.
Take it all. I've got a whole bunch. It's one of my guilty pleasures. Something I've spent some of my coin on after.
I feel within minutes this room is just like so
Turned
saturated.
over. Yeah.
So I'll pack some of that in my
Pipe smoke. Yeah.
my pipe weed, my bag there. My
Hey,
little
please.
pipe
Yeah, he
weed
pushes it
satchel.
over. Please take it.
All right.
Yeah, I like
then
go
I
over
just-
and like light one with Seville.
Yeah, I'll just use prestidigitation to light my
just like,
pipe and Otto's pipe, just a little. And
And I'm liking how this smells, and I'm like, there isn't too much I would try in the swamp, but this smells quite enticing. Gentlemen, do you mind if I try a little bit?
Oh,
Please,
I've got
go
some
ahead.
pipes. Hold on.
Oh, we do.
he
Right.
reaches
There you
over.
go.
He pulls out this little wooden chest,
Oh, great.
and he kind of measures you
Nice.
up. It's like you're choosing your wand here, and he's like,
I have a pipe in here.
and yeah, there you go, nice. Yes.
I forgot I had this. I
there
had a
you
few
go.
all along. I didn't know I had it.
Oh my god.
My God.
Already decided. Wow.
You've not
There you
heard of
go.
a
All right,
pen.
it could be really dangerous, but I could try to smoke out of it. That might be,
ooh,
I don't know.
this
I'll
I'm
think
not
about
smoking
it.
out of
Don't
this
set the
one.
green screen on fire.
Am I
right,
smoking
right.
this?
Yeah, I mean, he hands you over.
Definitely
Granted,
not
I've-
going to smoke it because she just threw up in the last.
Dagmara has never
Throw up
smoked,
again.
so she's like,
Yeah.
Dags, you don't inhale that.
it's very good. I really like it. It's
Dagmara.
Why do we always find a way to get messed up before we
I
are
know.
supposed to go on
Yeah.
a quest?
I love it. I love it.
No,
I'm
I'm-
taking notes.
So,
Okay,
Judd,
I'm okay.
I'm going to sit down on the floor and start working as we talk to
yeah.
we
and-
talk to our man here. I'm going to put together my buckler shield. While
Okay. Yeah.
talk.
And by the way, he's sitting, I mean, this is a table, but it's not a very high table. It's like, it's maybe like 2.5 feet off the ground. And he's in this kind of sideways sitting pose. You see his tail is off this specially made chair, kind of almost like this like kind of side lounge. And
Wow. Oh, shit. A chaise lounge for a
for a croc dude, for a croc dude.
croc.
With an
I
office
mean-
chair.
Baby.
I mean,
This is what we're
okay.
talking about.
Hashtag
What are we
goals.
talking about?
This guy is a cool lizard.
As we were saying, thank you very much. It's wonderful. We were wondering about the locale. What can you tell us of the lands?
Well, first thing you need to know is that this here swamp, it goes forever. It has many names, but the Endless Mire is one I always think because it doesn't end. I've been for weeks and months trying to find the end of this thing, and I never have. I wonder now after the departing if it got too cut off, and maybe there is an end now, but I'm not going to go look for it. There is.
I have one question for you.
Oh, you all have so many questions. I like it. I enjoy talking. What's your question?
Well, first off, where'd you get this from? But I'm sorry. And I pulled down my sleeve a little bit of my left arm. Is there an area in this vast, never-ending land where you've noticed some odd presences and possibly dark, unexplained things?
Oh.
Spoken from the wrong end.
Maybe, Missy. Let me see that arm.
Why?
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Never be ashamed of your word.
Scales?
Thank you.
Your scales?
Of your scale. I don't know. My brain just like.
Oh my gosh, because you both have scales.
Hey, I go
Ruin
right
that
into the
moment.
mind of Tabitha, and I said, "Do not bring out your boots."
Yeah.
He's like, why am I getting dirty looks from
Here,
these iconic
here.
boots?
Let me see. Be proud of them scales. Come on, girl. Let me see. Oh. Red dragon. Wow, look at that.
See enough?
You should be proud. You should be proud of that. You should be proud of that. Don't be ashamed of that.
Why?
That's something to be respected of. That's power. That's legacy.
I don't want it.
Wow.
I
I don't mean to pry. Don't mean to pry, but I just want you to know that doesn't necessarily just mean a bad thing. Anyway, getting back to your question.
Wait, sorry, I have a question. Do you have water? Is there water in the collection of drinks that you suggested?
I think
Ice and swampy water?
I have some purified water that we're going to be turning into some ale, but I haven't done it yet. So if you'd like, there's a small keg over in the corner.
Thank you. Yes.
And then I think you could tell us, about these lands and the mysterious sites.
Oh, I like your impatience, young one. I
Don't
like
let
it.
anyone else.
And I bring some for Dagmara too.
Don't let anyone else interrupt you
And
anymore.
I just take
Go
it.
on ahead.
And I smell
You have to indulge. My years have quite a mini story to tell, and I know I can go on a bit, so I'll try to stay on target. Well, Rena told me a little bit of what you're after, so I've taken the liberty of asking around. There are untold number of fell areas in this swamp, but I think what you might be looking for is where there might have been some cloaked people fairly recently. About a month back.
Yes, you heard about.
Didn't come through
cloaked
Pelke, came through Mosul, but I heard about it. I've got quite the network still. And
How far is Mosul from here?
It's not, about 40 miles, 50 miles. It's not far.
Okay.
Also
And
on the edge of the
sorry.
swamp.
What more did this informant tell you about aforementioned road figure?
Well, I know the rivers that they took. I know the general direction. Happens to coincide with some of the other rumors that are reaching my ears about some peculiar things happening out there.
Ooh, spare us no detail.
Well, I won't. I'll tell you what I know, which is essentially there are some normal creatures that aren't a problem, that have started to become a problem. Almost like a taint, if you will. Now, I haven't had a chance to go out and look at it myself, but things that aren't normally giving us trouble around here, are starting to attack people. Some of our waterways, which we travel every day, have become dangerous. It's only, I think, this is a pure guess now based on the information that I have, but it's probably somewhere, I'd say, in the 10, 15 miles downriver in the swamp from here.
I see. And so here's what I want to do. As I've had time to take in the ambiance and smoke and move about the room to get our tobacco, I want to have kept an eye out for anything that might have seemed suspicious in here, like anything necromantic looking hidden around. And I also want to get a read on if I believe old Hortsak.
Okay, well, roll an insight and then roll a perception for me.
I have trauma, guys. I gotta roll these things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 18 plus 4 for insight, so 22. And then
Nice.
what was the other one? Investigation?
You can actually do, I'm going to say it's not investigation. Let's do perception because you're kind of doing this with just looking around with your eyesight.
Well, perception was a 9. But,
Okay.
yeah, my insight was a 22.
Yeah, so you believe this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel an earnestness and an openness. Looking around the room, you see a lot of trophies. It looks like that especially you as a human, your eyes have finally adapted to the low light in here, and you see, beautiful shields leaned up against the wall, now kind of half covered in dust. There are all these little like objet d'art, these little statues of different kind of origins on shelving around this place. There's another door going into the back. This is kind of like a main kind of front room of this house. There's a huge sword up on the wall, like a presentation display. So there's all this kind of like, you see like the stuff that he acquired over his adventuring days.
So yeah, I look around and I nod and I blow a big plume of smoke into the air and I say, well, it certainly looks like you're well traveled. You have the battle scars and the artifacts all around us that indicate you know these lands. So if we were to head, say, 10 to 12 miles downriver, what might we find along the way?
Well, we have the general sort of swamp stuff. There's trees, there are bogs, there's land, there's sinking sand, there's all manner of dangerous creatures. There are places that we won't go, haunted,
What of these haunted places?
Well, I suppose it's more speculation, but these are places that seems fell spirits either emanate from or bound to. Every once in a while, somebody will accidentally go in that area and never come out again. We usually.
I have a question. Is this is the tobacco that he gave us? Does it have any intoxicating powers? Anything that I could see if it's affecting Dagmara or not?
Yeah, good question.
Like, are we being dosed?
I'd say you're feeling like a very gentle relaxation. It's more like a CBD than THC sort of situation here. You're feeling very mellow, but you're not feeling dulled at all.
Okay.
In fact, in some ways, you feel like your mind is sharpening as you're relaxing.
Did I want to just mention that when I ask for water and I go to get water, I'm very snoopy, and I'm like really looking at everything I see, like really just like picking things up, opening drawers, like really like, you go to somebody's house and then you go use the bathroom and you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Not that I do that, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Nobody invite Erised over.
I think we know that you do that.
Now we do. Yeah. Roll investigation check for me.
When they say make yourself at home, you're like, I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, this is mine. This is mine.
I actually really don't do that
Are
unless
these
I'm
your
house
underwear?
sitting. Okay, so that's
They seem old. You should get some new ones.
God. So what is the investigation? That's a 19.
19. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And so you're searching through all of his stuff. You finding like you didn't notice from the outside. The exterior of this room looks like there's stuff in here, but it's not like pack ratty. But everything that you open up, every drawer and cabinet is just like jammed full of stuff, and you see tons of weapons. You see like folded over bits of armor. There are more trophy like pieces of like small bits of creatures, like a toe or a fang or a claw. Some of these boxes you kind of close, and you look over, and he's just so kind of into his storytelling that he's not seeing any of this. He's just and you're just quietly over there getting your water. You find parchment. You open up one cabinet, and it's all of these what look like those map or scroll tubes.
Okay.
Just like 20 or 30 in there.
One.
You're seeing the end cap. You're taking one? Okay.
Yeah, totally do.
Okay.
I shove it up my back so no one can see.
Okay.
And I lean in, and I just kind of like move closer to him, and I say, "You say it's a good thing. You say these skills bring something that's positive. What? What
Well,
exactly? I've seen nothing but destruction around me ever since."
Well, with power comes potential. And it's really what you do with that potential that matters, and how you use it. Doesn't make you evil. Even that red on you, I know what it means. I know what people think, but it doesn't mean it. It's a potential.
How do I use it? How do I use it for good? How do I use it if I can't control it?
Let me tell you a little story. When I was not long out of the egg, then I came to, wasn't this town, it was another town, doesn't even exist anymore, deeper in the swamp. My kind were rare, and they saw me as a monster, because all they saw was I was going to grow up and be fierce, and I could bite their head off. That's all they saw. And I got it everywhere I go. Before I opened my mouth, before I said anything, didn't matter how well I thought or what I could do or what my goals and my dreams were. They didn't care. They were like, you're a monster. You're always going to be a monster. And I started to believe it. And then I met this person, one of the old folk, an elf, not unlike part of you anyway, and oldest elf I've ever known about. And he walked up to me and he just looked at me, and I thought he was going to do the same thing. I thought he was going to attack me, and he started tracing his hand on my mouth and looking at my teeth, and he said, "You are beautiful. You are an amazing piece of creation." And he walked off, and it changed everything about my life from that moment. And I realized, this is what I got, this is what I was given, but I can make it what I want, and you can make that what you want.
I wish it were that simple.
Well, I think it is, but I think you'll have to figure it out.
Well,
Thanks.
I'm sure you will in time.
This one's all about the mission. I get it. All right.
And I just give a great laugh. I'm like,
well,
that's
everyone
him.
knows.
That's him. He's mission man. Can't relax.
I could spend so much time just getting lost in this wonderful place of pleasant aroma. And,
this may be the swamp, but we have sarcasm here too. Listen, son. I have been asked by Rena to guide you best I can if you want to go. I'm happy to take you.
That would be lovely.
Yes, that would be.
It's been a while since I've had any adventure, and I'm probably looking forward to it. I dare say I can still swing a sword, so... And these aren't bad either. And he's runs his finger down his teeth.
Nice.
Yes, well, that would be very generous of you. I think we should probably depart soon. I can't help but think that as the day grows longer, the swamp dangers grow more dangerous.
And Hortsak, where exactly are you taking us here?
Well, that's a good question. So, out of here, there are a couple different rivers that leave Pelke that flow down south into the swamp. And we're going to take the biggest one. Yeah. We're going to go down that about 5 miles, I think. And we're going to branch off. We're going to pull our boat over a bit of land. And then we're going to go back in a smaller tributary. And we're going to follow that for about another 10 or so. Maybe not that far.
So Rena told you what we're looking for about.
She didn't tell me everything, but she told me enough, and I trust her. And I said I'll help if it's about protecting what's good in this world. I'm on board.
Oh,
so is it to see these haunted sites that there have been sort of myths and stories and rumors about?
Those sites are dotted throughout the swamp. And I dare say we're going to go buy some.
Well, good, because we're looking for a particular one that may be of interest to, as you said, these hooded, cloaked figures, especially something old, maybe elvish, maybe not, but...
Or of a god. Are there any shrines around here, Hortsak? Shrines that could have belonged to a certain deity?
Anything like that, really. Relics, temples.
No temple, well, maybe some ruins.
Yes, that sort of thing.
There are a few shrines.
All right.
But none of them are close to here. Most of them have been removed. But as I said, it's the endless mire. I mean.
Yes, I'm afraid that because it's the endless mire, we may have a rather exhausting search on our hands.
No, I tell you what, hold on. And he stands up. And his size isn't apparent when he's lounging kind of sideways. As he stands up,
we're like, what?
And you're like, holy shit, this dude is big. And he's old and he's talking, pretty slow. But you look, he's kind of like, Schwarzenegger, who's still like, he's still got it. This guy is still, he is still buff. Wow. And he moves past you with a power that just shakes the floor as he goes by. And he opens up the cabinet set that you were just extracted a roll from, and he's like, no, it's not in there.
Is it this one? I was going to ask, actually, what's the car? I am so curious. And
he turns, and he comes up to you really quickly.
Oh my god!
And his teeth are like 2 inches from your face, and there's something about he just stares at you intently, and it's like,
shoot him in the back.
And then he's like, darling, I saw you take it. Like I was an adventurer once myself. Why don't you do me a favor? Open it up, and we'll see what it is, and maybe you can have it. But I'll be right back. It's not what I was looking for. And he goes off into the back, and after a moment, he comes back, and he's got this piece of leather. You just see this kind of raw looking piece of leather he's holding. And he comes back to the table and he moves the tobacco off and he puts it down, rolls it out a little bit flatter, and you can see hand-drawn map of part of the swamp. And it's very obviously areas that he himself has gone, because you can see Pelke, and you can see not far around to the right Mosul. You can see there's a road and it says to Asley, pointing up north. It's got rivers. A lot of the area around Pelke is all mapped. And then it starts to kind of go into these fingers that go out in this kind of, ray pattern as he's explored down these different areas and rivers and whatnot. And he's like, all right, well, let's see. Obviously, we're here, Pelke. This is where I'm thinking. I don't know for certain. This is a guess based on the information, but I'm thinking it's about here. And he points to a place that is about southeast of Pelke. And it's hard to judge scale, but he said it's about 10, 15 miles downriver.
And
Great.
are there any special things we'll need for the journey? How will we travel? Will we need special gear or?
Not special gear so much, but and you just see this brightness in his eyes as he's just like, adventuring. Let's see, we'll need rations. We should, make sure you got enough arrows. Make sure all your weapons are sharp, unless you've got magic. I don't know how advanced y'all are, but I've got a boat.
To protect our feet. We have to. Do you have anything to protect our feet?
Especially Arisets.
Feet.
You don't want them to get wet. You have no idea how many things start from the feet. Trust me, my father would always warn me about this. Wet feet.
I can dry my own feet, and I can dry yours too if we need to.
It's kind of getting into a weird area.
But
with some feet
we have
here.
a foot thing in this company here.
Okay,
but,
all right.
It's dangerous.
Hey, everybody's got
As
their
a
thing.
daughter of a physician, it's dangerous. We need some protection.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey,
I'm fine on the
this
feet.
was pretty far along in the session before feet got brought up.
That's true.
exactly.
I
Like-
noted.
Give
I
us-
did
It's in your
not
record.
bring it up. I did not.
But
It
it's
was
true.
not-
It'd be cool. Eventually,
Dumb.
we have people tracking, metrics and rolls and things. I'd love to see X number of
Swamp
minutes
foot?
before feet are mentioned every episode.
Yeah, no, I think we hit a new high tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Swamp feet, yeah.
I think
Well,
so.
I think that's a couple of days of the wet foot, but I can dry your feet out pretty quickly.
No nasty things happen.
Oh
with them.
wow,
Yeah.
you're gonna offer her
That's kind,
foot stuff
Seville.
right in Arisets?
Everyone. I said everyone. I can dry your feet.
I guess you all
wash
don't
your
have
feet.
these
Like a
things. And you look
humble
down and he's no boots on. He's just got crocodile feet.
No.
Yes,
These are great.
We're
Do
not.
you have any waders or special
Yeah.
sorts
Any
of...
mucks? Any mucks?
Yeah, there's some of that. I mean, I don't. No, I don't think I have any. But there's.
I wouldn't imagine you would ever purchase
No,
them, but you might know of them.
Forgot.
There's probably a lot of
he-
moss here, right? There's probably a lot of moss.
And
If you
Moths?
moss. If there's
all kinds of.
moss.
Hold on a sec. We need some waiters for all of them. Cat's okay. Yeah, just put on my tab. Thanks.
Who is he talking to?
So speaking
The
of,
other croc came in for a moment. He just called it. You guys, I guess you didn't hear it. He poked his head in. He said that, and he left.
Hey, speaking of what Era said about moss, what's the vibrant green moss? Any properties to that?
Yeah, not a bunch, but you can scrape it off. You can put it in stews. Actually, it's hardy. If you're out of meat and you're just making a stew, you can scrape some of that off, and it'll sustain you. Doesn't taste very good, at least not to my mouth. But a lot of people around here eat it. Yeah, it grows insanely fast. You scrape it off, do it on your way out, and by the time you get back, it'll all be
So it's good
over
to
double.
Wow.
Dagmara, you might want to try stuffing it inside of the waders he provides us. It might provide a bit of extra cushioning. I know that in my kingdom, the moss would do that, but I can't vouch for whether the moss here does it. But it's worth a try.
Well, that's mighty original of you. I'd say don't use that one, but we got like 10, 20 varieties of moss here. But I've got some nice light stuff, dried, very bouncy. Be great for that.
All right.
If you could.
When can we leave?
That art
Imagine-
support.
Now,
Imagine if we're
ready to
complete
go.
novices to the swamp
I'm ready to go as
environment.
well.
If you could tell us about any sorts of creatures we should keep an eye out for, or where they might strike from, or that sort of.
grab your stuff. Grab
Only
some.
dark
Grab
areas.
some pipeweed. There's some more in that keg over there. Make sure we're
Pack
stocked.
myself up, and
What if I do?
I'm gonna tap my pipe out and bang out the ashes and kind of go like this, and put them up here. And as we board or we're going, actually, ash did fall out all over my computer.
Nice.
So
From your prop pipe. I like it.
I'm going to start looking through when I get on this boat, raft, skiff, whatever we're doing. I want to open up the cutter pack that Larar left me and start sifting through.
Yeah,
that.
so you can see he starts gathering some things for himself. A few of his weapons. He's got. He keeps just leather armor on, though it looks really fine. And as he moves, you can see that he's got something underneath, some kind of silver something under there, maybe some kind of a chain shirt or something. And he's starting to just pack himself up and get ready. And after a few minutes, he leads you out, and you see the other croc person coming back, and he's got these, there's just like leathers folded over in his arm. And Thank you. And these, if you really need it, these can slow you down, but they will keep you dry. So we'll have them in the boat. And he kind of like half backtracks towards the tavern that you started in, but about halfway he takes a right and he follows this long pier. And you passed this before. You saw people on it, and it seems to kind of jut out into the water. And at the end are a bunch of different boats. I mean, most of these are flat bottom or not deep holes. Most of them aren't very big. And you see they have their oars folded up inside. He goes to the end to a really dark wood, really thick compared to the other ones. This one looks extremely solid and heavy. And this here, this one's mine. I'll hold it up as you all get in. Anybody new on the water?
No, but
None
we
of
do
us,
have someone who may have some familiarity if you need some navigation. Our tabby here was from a swamp, not this one, ways away from here, but she might be able to give you a set of eyes and navigation,
You might say that
no.
we haven't historically had the best of luck on sea vessels, but we're hoping for new.
Well, I'll tell you
fortune.
what. In this area, the water always looks like that. It could be 6 inches deep. It could be 100 feet deep. It's treacherous. You don't know, so be careful.
And I imagine Tabby Pearly dips her finger in the water and just like, oh yes, this is the water from. It's a 52-year-old swamp. She's like trying to figure it out.
She's like a sommelier of swamp water.
Of swamp water.
Yeah, swamp.
Got
swamp,
some
swamp bottom.
sediment. Got a little bit of algae.
Yeah.
We fine to sail.
A swampalier.
Well, swamp all yeah.
Hortsak.
Ballet.
Before I forget, what's your friend's name there?
Oh, that's Fogak. Fogak. Now look, let's go. I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Ready.
Let's roll.
All right. And you get in, and Tabby looks down at Snack, and Snack is just like pining. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that Tabby's gonna kind of nod, and Snack just leaps off of the pier and just disappears under the water, comes up and is like, and just swimming and just like kind of like, where do I go next? See something and just starts swimming. You see it goes under and all the fur ripples down its back and it's suddenly the exact color of the water. And the water, cool. like a great white, the water, you know, where it's like you see the fin and then it goes under and it just like, it just smooths and you see the snakes like cutting through and suddenly this mouth just comes out of the water and Snack's like just shaking it back and forth and it's like and just under again and it's just so happy to be home. The rest of you mount up into the boat and push off and
Hortsak, can I look at my...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
sorry.
He just grabs his oars and just starts just by himself, not even asking you guys.
Oh, I thought he was hitting crocs on the side to like piranhas.
No, just starts just rowing and just feel the power of this creature as he's just, and the boat just quickly starts sliding down and you're watching as the trees overhead full of this heavy moss pass by, cutting the sun. And interestingly, you just left Asley and the sun was this bright, beautiful, you know, golden light, clear blue skies. Here there's something in the air. There's this dense kind of gas and air here that the sun has this kind of sickly yellow-green hue to it. And you definitely know as you go deeper down this river that you're in a different place.
Oh, let's get into it.
So
I imagine there's a lot of bugs.
I'm going to break out the cutter equipment. I want to know what I have. Yeah. And I'm assuming I as when everybody was talking in the shack, I finished up my buckler.
Yeah, I'll say, you know what? Give me a performance roll. Not a performance roll. That's not right. give me a dex check.
Like, and I'm making my buckler.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, well,
natural 20.
Wow.
So
this guy can't.
But what is the total? Because it's a check. So
straight
it's not
check. You're right.
It's straight not an automatic
well,
win.
It's still good to know. You're probably going to succeed on a natural 20.
Just kidding.
24.
No, the DC was 30. I'm sorry. You can't figure it out.
Close.
You should have had him do it. I'm sorry.
So close.
Yeah, no problem. You know, the whole time you're sitting there talking, and he's been watching you do this too. You also have an appreciation for what that Dragonborn did up in Asley. Yeah. It's so beautifully crafted. You just didn't have time to put all the pieces together. But you saw in that short time, everything is just like fits beautifully. It's like, you know, one of these do-it-yourself kits, but it's basically pre-made.
Okay.
And I take a moment and I roll up my... sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I said, so the buckler is now strapped to my leg and also attaches to my belt, my hip, and the glove is attached to a piece of the leg harness with the piece of the drake, the frost drake. So when I need the buckler, I just slam my hand right through the glove. It detaches from my leg, and then the buckler shield goes here, which gives me a little more protection as I can still grab with this hand and then fight and do my rapier here.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say dope. Well done. That's exciting. All right.
And then the cutter equipment. The other cutter equipment.
Very nice.
Yeah. Let's say you open it up as Daggy.
Daggy's doing her thing.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got, Daggy?
Go ahead, Daggy. Go ahead, our Daggy. Go ahead, little Daggy.
I like the Daggy.
Go ahead,
it's the caller.
Daggy.
It's the caller. You're Daggy tonight.
And you are.
True. And this is Daggy speaking today.
Little Daggy on the prairie.
It's debutante Daggy. Debutante Daggy.
What I do is I pull up my sleeve, and so I pull up my sleeve, and I'm kind of slowly just trying to remember what Hortsak said. I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Arnold Hortsak? No, sorry, wrong TV show.
Him. I'm just remembering him. Hearing his words echo in my head. Be proud of this. This is power, and I just, really try to see it as something that might be something good, and I just dip them, like kind of lower myself and just let the water, the 52-year-old one, You know, kind of like
Very good
gently
year.
glide over. Very good year. Almost as old as I am. Glide over the scales and just kind of like feel them against, because I've always kept them hidden, just feel them against the elements and really just kind of wash them off and clean them off.
What's your AC?
Oh, man.
This
16?
is like the
16?
swamp road trip.
So what's
equivalent
so
of, like,
cool
waving your
about
hand through
this,
the air.
Dagmara, as you do
Yeah.
that, you feel this pressure, and you pull your arm up, and you see another snake, and its teeth are clamped on your arm, but as you freak out for the moment, you take a moment, you realize there's no pain, you only feel pressure, and you look, and the teeth are pushing into the scales, but they can't penetrate the scales, and it's trying and mouthing, and finally just opens and falls back in the water. And at that moment, you look up, and Hortsak's looking at you. He's like, "Yeah, I told you."
And I just smile back at him like, all right, you might have a point. And I leave my sleeve unrolled and just kind of try to, you know, take it in and feel the power that it might later give.
Awesome. Also, roll a history check for me and let me know. And Seville, as she's doing that, you finally open your Edgeguard goodie bag, and it's pretty heavy, so you're pretty excited. You open it up, and right away you see on top everything is beautifully packed. You start taking stuff out. 2 purple feathers, 2 white feathers. A small black bag that you open up, and you see 4 slightly larger ball bearings. Then you pull out this wooden box, and it's this dark red with this beautiful elvish scroll on it, in like the silver or platinum on top. And you open it up, and inside are arrow and bolt tips. And you've heard them talk about these, but you've never seen them before. Looking at their design, you can ascertain that there are what look like explosive tips, poison, and fire. And I'll text this all to you, so you don't have to write it down.
Okay. Yeah.
There, you pull out next like a metal rod, but you see it has end caps, and you undo it. It's like maybe half-inch wide, so it's very thin. But you unscrew the end cap and you pour out, and it's got 6 of the darts for your pipe.
Oh, perfect.
After that, 2 greater healing potions in the kind of the yellowish anacrally version of these, and then you pull out a bag which you feel just heavy with coin, and it's you can count it later, but it's 500 gold pieces.
All right.
Getting...
So as I'm going through, you know, my grab bag here, my go bag, I kind of look at Dagmar as I see her dragging her arm through the water. I heard what Hortsak had said to her. I know now I'm on Welcome Back Carter. Jeez, and cry. I got myself. Welcome back. So I see what Hortsak had said to Dagmar, and I say this a little loud so Ariset can hear. Dagmar, I overheard what you were telling Hortsak, and I want to tell you something that was told to myself and other trainees at the academy. There's 4 kinds of people. There are darkness going into greater darkness. There are people of light going into greater light. There are people who are dark going into light, and there are people who are light going into the dark. The worst kind of people are the people who are light going into the dark, going to evil.
Sounds awfully simplified to me.
It's your choice. It's
Thank
just
you.
your choice.
Seville, yes, I thank you for that. I absolutely believe it.
And Otto, it's not oversimplified.
Yes,
It's
it is.
really simple.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it
Otto.
isn't. So you made that deal with a evil god because you actually thought in that mind of yours that was a good idea?
Seville, don't. I think.
And I like look at the two crocodile people who like didn't know about that, and I'm like, well, you who speaks in such analogy and extremity. But
Well,
then
no, but if-
I glare at him and then I say, but yes, sometimes things can't be done simply in terms of light and dark. There is an in-between, you see, and none of us here can claim to have been perfect. And as I said, I don't think we have the luxury to think that we have one clear path to victory. We must do all that we can if we are to succeed, shouldn't we?
Thank you, Otto. Dagmara, what I was trying to say was you have a choice. Light is those who are trying to do good, and darkness are those who fall into evil ways. And it's always a course correction, but it is your choice. So when you said, how can I do this? It's just your willpower, your practice, and your course correction to keep aiming where you want to go. There will be mistakes.
And what if I'm forced into that darkness, Seville?
I have a feeling you won't be. Look, and here's credit to Otto. He made a decision and got himself in way over his head,
That's true.
but he got himself out of it, and that's my point.
Well, I'm not completely out of the swamp muck. Let us neither physically nor metaphorically, but I would just encourage you and everyone, Dagmara, to remember that the world is not neatly carved into good people and bad people, or light and dark, that just as the light can go from the brightest of light to dim to everything in between, there is a spectrum here. So let us not overburden our minds with such oversimplified philosophy.
So I'll pack my stuff up and move away from Otto, and I was like, I'm just trying to make a goddamn point to help her out.
Yes, and
But
I
keep
lean
your
in.
talk going, and I'll just move up to...
But I lean
And I
in.
imagine we're on opposite sides of the boat, like with our backs
It's
toward each
and it's
other.
not a big boat. And by the way, the other
I
croc
slide
didn't
up
come.
and
It's
move
just
around.
Hortsak. So.
Well, I move towards Seville, and I was like, no, Seville. What you said was absolutely true. I completely, utterly agree, and I cannot be striving more to find something that is indeed good. Why do you think I've been trying for so long to connect with Chateaureau? Why do you think I've been trying for so long to find out what it is that took over? Because Seville, especially now, I'm starting to gain some semblance of what I was, what I might have been, what I am. But let me confide in you with this. I am afraid, Seville. I am deeply, utterly afraid, because what you've seen, the character that comes out, this other persona, if you want to call it whatever this does to me, has not appeared in quite a while, quite a few days, about a week or more at this point. And it used to be more frequent. And I don't think it bodes well. I have a feeling, as much as I want to try to be good, as much as I want to fight for what matters and what's worth it, Seville, I have a... Just be ready to... I told her, I said, if you need to do anything to stop me, just do it. I don't know what's coming, and I cannot. I can promise you I'm trying so hard to focus on what's good for everything that matters, for my mother, my father, for Tevin. I don't know when it's going to come, and I don't know if I can control it. I don't.
If you're afraid, then that means you have a chance of beating it. It's those who are not afraid, who lie to themselves, who are so full of hubris. Those are the ones to look out for. But those who know and are afraid, then you've got a fighting chance. And look, I still believe in Otto. Even though of what he did, we stood up for him and we'll get him out of this. And for whatever the hell Ariset did, I wasn't there. And Tabby, if what you're saying is true, to take you out if something grows deeper in you, we could have killed everyone here. You just don't give up. You just don't give up.
I'm not giving up on you, Daggy.
I'm not giving up on any of you.
And as you all say that, a scream
And I hug Ariset.
pierces this kind of calmness and this kind of beautiful moment. And you hear over and over, help, help. And you see in front of you, as you come slowly around this bend, you see a boat that is being lifted out of the water. And it looks like maybe giant snakes that are wrapping themselves around this. You see a person is then lifted out of the water, and they're just pulled in half as these black snakes kind of go back in, and you see
the person is pulled in half.
This person is just yanked in half. But this boat,
my God,
this boat is getting pulled in out of the river inland.
Don't worry, we'll save you. Oh.
And it gets caught on a tree and is stopped, and you see these like thick black cords. Looks like a snake is pulling it in, and it looks like maybe a family on this boat, and they're screaming for help as another one of these black things rises up and is coming for them. And we're gonna take a quick break, so we'll come right back to that moment.
So like we're going to have an appetite now.
What you're saying is you'd have to be a fool to not make it back for this.
Yes, exactly.
Encounter.
And there might literally be right here some terrain set up. So I don't know if you want to miss that. Yeah. So
I would never personally miss a mini cam.
Never miss a mini cam.
Swampy cam.
I will say, I'm in the process of making some stuff for this whole like swamp part of our adventure. They're not ready yet, so this is improvised for tonight. But there's some. I hopefully, if I can pull it off, there's some cool shit coming.
Did you fill a bucket of water and just put moss in it and leave it for like a week? And just
it's really just kind of floating on the water. It's fine. It's fine. I put some food coloring in there to darken the water. It'll be great.
Yeah. These are the level of quality we've come to expect.
Exactly. Before I forget, Dagmara, what did you get for your history check?
16 plus 2, 18.
18. Okay, I'll come back to that probably privately, actually. So everybody, we'll see you in 10 minutes. Do not leave.
See you in 10, everybody.
Do not forget about our amazing giveaway. Thank you for all the follows and subscriptions. We love you all. These hearts are for every one of you. Sorry if I didn't do one, but we were trying to stay in the moment. We had some heavy stuff going on. Love you all. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Stand by.
Yes.
Stand by.
Yo!
Whoa, hello, well, hello, and you're still with us. Hello,
Hello. Hello. Chatty, what do you got going on there?
We have returned.
Oh well, it is my tried and true. It's a bourbon with a little bit of walnut bitters.
Oh, come on, son.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Fancy.
That's it. There's nothing else. Just a little bourbonsky. A little walnut bitter, and it's just wonderful. Yeah,
that sounds wonderful. Honestly, I might have that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
where we are at.
Walnut bitters. That sounds good.
And all the people that we're not having over for Thanksgiving.
Right. 'cause I
I know,
have nothing
everybody's
but time on
a-
my hands because
yeah.
I'm not going to be doing anything for Thanksgiving. With
What you
butters.
can't have in company, you can have in walnut bitters.
Maybe I'll make my own walnut bitters from scratch.
What?
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
When you've
I
got a
think
lot
it's a
of free
long
okay.
fermentation process. I don't know. I forget fully how it works, but you might
In
want
this-
to get started.
or you can buy it. I mean,
And
whatever.
in the spirit of the location that we're at right now, I recently found out about a cocktail per se or a mixed drink that's called the snake bite.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
say
And it's
Crocktail or cocktail? Just
Oh, hey. You see what she did there? See what she
Oh,
did
like,
there?
legit, I actually didn't know if I heard you.
no
right.
cocktail. I did say
Oh.
cocktail.
Yeah, she said cocktail. Yeah.
That needs to go in the role players recipe book.
Yes, cocktails.
Baloney spritzers and
Yes.
Cocktails.
Yeah, old-
Super.
anise waffles and all
Old
that.
Hortsak's
Super-
cocktail.
Oh,
Old Hortsak.
Hortsak's cocktail.
Okay,
Super
but
easy to
anyway.
make. Hard cider, you pour that first, and then you just take Guinness and little by little, like almost.
Oh, a snake bite.
Yeah, snake
oh,
bites.
Snake bite. Right.
So-
I mean, I'm sure you guys know about this, but I've
Yeah,
it's
there are
cider
pubs in
and-
England that
yeah,
won't serve
it's-
snake bites because you get so fucked up and fights
Yeah.
ensue. So they're like, no snake bites here.
Yeah, the snake
Really
bite.
good.
Somebody was
Oh,
telling me.
speaking
go ahead.
of the frog juice there.
Yeah.
When I was studying in
bite.
Thailand, frog bite, studying in Thailand, went up to this real kind of towny bar, and on the bar was a jar of roots, vines, and I'm not kidding, a snake in there.
Oh my god.
And they said, this is the real Red Bull. And I was like,
Oh.
all right, I'll try some. It was
there venom?
It was like honey and vinegar mixed.
Ooh.
And I was up
Oh my
until like noon the next day.
Oh, I
just
saw
being
something
like,
about that, Peter. It
"Hi,
actually is
how are
laced
ya?"
with cocaine too. So that's
Probably.
yeah.
It
no.
probably, because I was just like, how are you? How are you?
god, that sounds so good.
But so I had a little flashback on that frog juice there.
That's funny.
Yeah, wow.
Just for the record, I'm not a druggie. Like I might come across like one, but I really, if I were going to, that would probably do it for me.
She like
It's
runs in the kitchen to make some tea. Yeah, no, you're good.
like,
You're fine.
No, like Red Bull is my jam. Like Red Bull. So if you're like, ooh, organic Red Bull, Era says
No,
like,
lately,
This is the-
bang.
yeah, this is
bang
what they
has
said.
been my jam.
You
Oh
like
yeah.
Red Bull? Sure. This is the real one. All right.
Well, getting back to the show,
We might need some.
and maybe an encounter. First, I'm gonna change the music.
Ooh.
So if you're just joining us, or you joined us before and you didn't hear that we have a big giveaway coming up next Friday, Black Friday, big giveaway. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, Painted Mini from Thrill Studios, set of dice, rad dice by the way, from Skull Splitter Dice. And a role player's t-shirt. I mean, come on, huge price package. Follow all the links, click on all the stuff, get all the entries, and good luck to you.
it's a small
Nice.
administrative thing with great upside potential.
Yes,
So-
you do have to be present to win this time. We learned that the hard way last time, and it's open to U.S. and Canada residents only this time. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Sorry,
We
UK.
have some people from New Zealand.
In UK.
Oh,
Well, we
Yeah,
just
what
don't.
about our
we
UK
just-
brothers and
We just
sisters?
don't. We don't like them as much. That's what it boils down to. We just
Right.
don't care
There's
about
so
them the
much else
same
that's
as we
good
care
already.
about.
They don't need. They don't
we'll
need things
we'll
like
we'll
that.
research. We'll research the New Zealand
Yeah.
UK thing.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to you. Okay.
All right. Okay. Never mind. I was
We'll get back to it.
gonna mention a snake bite because I've never had one that was that powerful. But okay. That was an aside.
What was?
I just
that-
had to say it. I don't know. I don't know the UK snake bites, but usually it's like cider and Guinness. I
Cider and
didn't know
ale
it was
or ale. I mean, they're
Alright, or ale.
fantastic. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Well, their ale is better than our ale,
That's true. That's true.
so that's true. Well, let's just say that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just talking
onward.
about pipe weed and drink all night long. It's
pipe
fine.
weed.
Yeah.
And
All right. So bringing it
UK
back
ale.
in.
This is really not like your typical. We are not necessarily so endorsing of alternative
Beer?
Up here.
I think.
And the smoking of the fine.
Oh,
pipe
the
weed. Okay.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Well, we do have a
We're all
halfling.
adults here.
She's not here, but she's represented tonight. So, getting back
All right.
getting
let's
back
do
to our
it.
getting back to our story. Did our music play? I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Why have you gone quiet?
Hello. Hello.
Can't hear.
I can't hear either.
I can't hear. What is going on?
I always just have my own music.
I think
playing in the
I
background.
think I was
Is that weird?
selected. Yeah, no, that's a little weird. A little weird. I'm gonna say I've
We got our heavy
quasi
metal,
curated this music.
heavy metal rapier going on.
As I'm trying to find, I don't think this is the track I really wanted, so I'm gonna go with something else. We're just
Why
gonna
is
do.
my-
Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do Witch Mountain. We're gonna do that. Okay. So as you come around again, you come around this bend in the river, and you see in the swamp ahead of you that there is this boat being lifted out of the water. This family of 3 screaming for help. It looks like maybe their guide or their protection lifted out of the boat and literally ripped in half as these black, I don't know, tendrils or snakes kind of retract, and they're trying to pull the boat in, but it's gotten caught on a tree and it's stuck there, and they're screaming just in time as you come around the corner. Damn, I forgot to get but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about.
Time to show these croc folk how badass we are.
Yes.
Because guess what? They don't know that yet, and they're gonna learn it.
There's only, but by the way,
Today.
Chad, there's only one. Only the other croc guy didn't come. It's only Hortsak.
Look at this.
Okay, it's only Hortsak.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For
so
some reason, I thought the other guy
shit,
was there.
nice.
But that looks awesome.
okay, I've
That
kicked
is
this
so
like
cool.
6 times, so I think that's pretty good. Okay.
Can you not kick our boat, dude?
I'm gonna probably kick it. So this is the boat with the innocents,
Wow.
and this is probably like too high of an angle. I'm realizing now. I thought maybe the top down would be easier, but you can't really see the depth of like the vegetation I have going on here. And you are all on the edge here. I've got all your minis here, but I don't have a second boat that was painted because I just came up with this thing.
Oh, you just woke up like this.
That's what I woke up with.
I get it.
This
You just
idea.
woke up like this with your bad terrain.
My immersion is totally broken.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I couldn't bring out a gray primered boat. I just couldn't do it. Instead, you're floating on the water.
We got it.
Okay, all right, and no, I don't have
I
my
like it.
painted croc dude. So
Well, you know, that's very appropriate what you're doing, Judd, because Dagmara, I would like to, as soon as I see this, if I may,
yes.
I am very inspired by what Seville had just told me about striving to be good no matter what, and that there's always a way to turn it around. So as soon as I see this, and I had just experienced, just feeling a little more rejuvenated about this alternate reality and alternate personality that's going on. I'm like, maybe this can actually help. So I just see it, and I just like plunge into the water to go help these people.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Just
All right.
going at
See
it.
what you did, Seville? See what you've done?
I killed Dagmara.
Had she only listened to my advice, she'd be fine.
All right. So
The gray area.
I guess as you watch, instantly, without thought, Dagmara just dives into the water. Dag, I'm going to put you a little bit ahead of the pack here. So
I just wanted to justify the floating minis, that's all.
So
There
let's
you
just
go.
let's freeze for a moment here. I want everybody to roll initiative for me.
All right.
I'll roll for.
You know, I've rolled fuck all for initiative for a while now. It would be nice to break the cycle here, and I'm gonna say I do. 14
Oh.
plus 4 is 18, so
Okay. All right.
Not bad.
this was a big one for me.
All right.
All right. I rolled like crap for the bad things.
Yay.
Bad things, man. Bad
16
things.
plus 3, that's 19.
Okay. Hold on, let me get my
I use the
over
Seville
here.
technique of
Let's
the
get
back.
initiative tracker going. All right. Okay. 20 to 25. Who do we got? What do we got? Who we got? Nobody. 15, 20.
Crickets.
18, Big Poppy.
18.
19.
Oh, 19. Dag, you
Sorry,
really were
actually.
fastest off the jump
Nice.
there.
Go.
10, 15.
Me, I got 14.
14. Hold on. 14.
Sound a little low on the volume there.
Me? Really?
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
move our alerts
I don't know
up
why.
really
Is
fast.
this better? Is that better?
It comes in points.
It comes in. Yeah, he's right. It's a bit.
Other set.
I can hear you though. It's just a little soft.
Turn up your volume on your mic a little. Make sure it's facing the volume thing's facing you.
Oh, that's why. How's this?
Dags,
Oh,
look at
yeah,
that.
way better.
The green
Way
dragon.
better. Thank
Better.
you. Friends let
Yeah.
friends know
So
when you're
cool.
a little low on the volume.
Yes, that's true. I'm sorry. So I got caught writing down 14, but I don't know who that was for. Was that you, Ariset?
Aces.
Yes,
Seville.
that was
Aces.
me.
Oh,
Aces,
did somebody roll for Tabitha?
Oh, Tabby, I'll roll
Tabby?
for her.
Okay.
Feeling it. We're like, wait, Dag, do you want to roll for her?
Were you already rolling?
Oh,
If you were, go ahead.
I got
don't wanna
an
help. We'll take
8,
turns.
Judd.
Yeah, we can take turns. Yeah.
I have
got
an
a
8.
natural
17.
one. I got
I
it.
rolled this. You can take the 17 if you want. I rolled.
Wait, did you roll a 1 because she has halfling luck?
Halfling luck. You can re-roll that.
We'll count the 20 for Dag. From
On
Dag.
initiative?
Or the 17.
I think
Brilliant.
it's on an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll. but
Actually,
I
it's a
could
good
be
question
wrong.
if it applies to
Yeah,
initiative.
I
But
don't
I'm going to
think
go
it's-
ahead
Well,
and say,
initiative
not?
is an ability check, so
Do you
yeah.
want to
yeah.
use the 17 I rolled?
Why not?
let's see.
Instead of the one,
Ariset, go ahead and roll again, just for giggles. This is a bonus since Tabby can't be here tonight.
All right, Tab.
There you go.
Okay, it's an 11.
All right, we'll go with the 17.
Much
That's
more
fine.
acceptable.
I mean, if Maddie were here, she would roll high because that's how she just, that's what she does.
That's how she rolled.
That is
Hey.
Rolla.
how she
she
rolls.
rolls.
Tabby and
That's how she
Snack.
rolls.
Ariset 14 and 8 for our friend Seville.
Oh my gosh, now you have a giant thermos as well. Dagmara.
Target everyone.
Oh.
Here we go. Just here we
Now
go.
we're all gonna get competitive and have bigger and
Jump
bigger.
on.
And
Well, we all know who the
I
original.
gracefully bow out of the competition.
We all know who the
I'm good with
original
this.
is.
okay, Dagmara, you
That's all
are
you can ask
up,
for.
and I'm gonna say you emerge from the water. Go ahead and roll perception checks so you kind of see what's going on here. Just
Perception
because from
check?
this angle of the camera you can't see everything as well, and I didn't set up a second camera, so to give you better.
This looks like Marshall, Will, and Holly on a future expedition, and there's.
I got 12.
A 12.
I love it.
Okay.
12 on perception.
If anybody knows what I'm talking about,
Yes. Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
fuck you, Chaka.
Fuck you, Chaka. Insider
Oh,
joke.
it's right there.
Insider joke. Insider joke.
Insider
about
joke.
that one.
It's all nothing but love.
Right there.
Nothing but great love. There's always
Dagmara,
love.
you are down in
Yes.
the water, so your visibility is
shit.
not great. You do see, of course, the family right ahead. You see these, what
Snakes.
you took as snakes wrapped. I mean, these massive snakes wrapped around this boat, and it's just
Like anacondas.
It's just trying to bring it in. It's caught in this tree right now. You follow that vine back, and you see something rising up out of all this moss and wet land here. And there is something large and moving. It's black with kind of orange, like maybe plumage or something. You can't quite tell. You're seeing bits of it as you're swimming and looking over. You don't know what it is, but there are some kind of, and maybe two of them, creatures that look like they might be doing this. What would you like to do? To give you an
Well,
idea, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So about 45 feet to the boat ahead of you with the family.
Okay. And the snakes are
speed.
pretty much there at the boat.
They're wrapped around this. So there's one tendril that's kind of out, that's up in the air, kind of flapping, like kind of halfway.
Yeah.
And the other one is wrapped
Okay.
around the middle of the boat, and it's just pulling.
Okay, so as I'm like swimming and like trying to get to them, I want to at this point I know it's not gonna, I need to do something right away. So I just like raise my hand out of the water and just like start forming this bubble of acid, which is the proverbial acid splash. And as I form it, I just like try to get the tendrils at least to lay off the people if possible, if they're aiming towards them.
Acid splash.
Acid splash.
Acid splash. All right, go ahead and roll your attack. Oops.
Or is it a shaving throw?
Okay.
Oh, is it a
and
saving? I'm trying to
that's-
pull it up, but my internet was down on my laptop, so I can't pull up the spell.
I can't remember on that one.
I can't either. I feel like it's a because you're throwing it. It's like an attack.
Right, it seems like it would be,
Right.
But I gotta pull it up. Dagmar, if you've got it pulled up,
Acid
it'll tell
splash
you.
is a
Yes, I pulled it
dex.
up. Yeah.
It's a save?
It's a
Dex
dex.
15.
It's a
Yeah,
dex
it's a save. It's
What's
because
the-
it's
what's-
instantaneous.
Well, look
Yep,
at
it's
that.
Dex.
And what's the
It's
range
Dex
on it?
15.
60 feet.
60 feet. All right, no problem.
Oh,
Okay.
and you could actually choose 2 creatures if you want, if they're
Yes.
within 5 feet of each other.
You're right, actually. Yeah. So if they're
It
two
says
tendrils,
that.
2 different snakes,
But,
I'm gonna try.
there
to, like,
are
grab
2,
that
but they're not
range.
within 5 feet of each other. So, do you want to go? I'm guessing you want to go on the one that's
I'll go
holding the
with that
boat.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
hold
want to
on.
down that big bird.
What's your save DC, Dagmara? Does it say like?
Well, attacks dex. DC or dex?
No, you're. Hold on, I got
at
it
the
pulled
top
up.
of your sheet. It
Where
should
should-
say your
save DC.
Acid splash.
My
like
save DC.
under where it says action spells.
It's a 15.
equipment.
It's 15.
There you go.
It's 15. Dex 15. Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so
That's pretty good.
that
Oh, save DC
is
15. Yes. Sorry. Just-
well.
Let's
It
cover
rolled.
it.
It rolled a
Let's cover it.
6, but it has a +0, so it fails. Yeah.
You fail.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Woo! Okay.
fail.
2d6 damage then. I'm gonna roll 2d6 here.
Yeah. Let me know what the damage is.
Nice.
Okay. Roll once. 1 is 5.
Okay.
And then I get. That's a d6. Hold on. Sorry, rolling. And rolled a 2.
7.
7. Okay.
We'll take it.
Okay. Hold on.
We'll take that.
So 7 total
Just
on
take it.
Vine 2. Okay, great. So you just take a moment and you reach your hand out, and the rest of you see as this greenish goop just explodes out of her hand, just hits this black skin of what this looks like a snake, and it just and you just instantly see bits of it eat through, and you hear this strange wail that comes off from your left, Dagmara. It just reverberates,
What?
and it
Something alive in here.
It releases the boat and pulls back, and the boat, you see it fall with a splash down to the ground, and everybody in the boat, all 3 of them, are
And
knocked prone, and then you see this other tendril starting to advance. What else do you want
And
to
I
do?
just turn. Well, I'm just gonna turn to my companions and just say, "It's a giant creature. These are all tentacles." And I will try to go towards the people, just to kind of get them out of harm's way as much as I can. So swim as
Okay.
close as I can to them.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll say you can get there. You have 30, right? And it's actually, hold on. Okay, so you're actually kind of half swimming and half able to touch the
Wade.
ground here.
Okay.
So this technically would still be difficult terrain. So I'm going to say you can make it about halfway. Because you're
Okay,
not in the
cool.
boat. Or
Yes,
the tin
yes.
boat, as the rest of them are. Okay, great. Is that the rest of your turn?
Yeah, just as close as I can. Well. What I want to is there. Let me just see. I'm sorry. Just let me see the range of my dragon's breath. I want to see. That's 50. Well, I got a touch, so never mind. If someone's 15.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah. I'll just keep.
Well, you could
waiting
touch
around
yourself, right?
Right.
wanted
I'm
to.
doing
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
one
give
willing
that-
creature.
You can give that to yourself.
Yeah.
Are you
I'll
willing
just
to
do that.
touch
Willing?
yourself?
Do,
I'll just be like.
when you think about you, no, I'm not gonna do that song. All right.
So yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just like imbue myself with dragon's breath, just kind of like, just ready to
Okay, cool.
for anything.
Great.
Yeah.
Otto, you are up, and then whoever's gonna be taking over for Tabitha and Snack will be next.
I'll help with Tabitha. I have her sheet pulled up.
Okay, good.
And so, yeah, it looks like Dagmara is going to swim in and save
Yeah.
these people.
That's Dagmara
so-
there, and this is the rest of you over here.
Okay.
Yep. So it looks like our boat is pretty close to the shore, just like below us, south of us on the boat.
Yes,
Could I like
it's-
jump on the shore?
Easily, yeah. You don't even have to
Okay,
roll for
so
it. Yeah, it's right
I'll
there.
jump onto shore.
Okay.
And then if I were to use, I have 30 feet of movement. If I were to move in the direction of the tentacles and all the craziness, How close to the edge would I get, and how far would that lead me from them?
So you can actually get right up next to Dagmara here, except you're on land.
And then how far is, like, say, one of the tentacles?
It's only about 20 feet.
It's about 20 feet, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like I could get any closer staying on land, right?
I mean, you're at your full 30. If you want a bonus action dash, you could probably get up kind of right close to the boat there.
That's okay. I think then what I'll do is just try to clear the way for Dagmara, and I will shoot out my Eldritch Blasts from my hand, and just, if there's one that's like in her direct path, I'll aim at that one.
Yeah, there's one close. It looks like it shifted after she injured the other one, and it's about 10 feet away from her. So yeah, you can go for that one.
Okay, so yeah, I get 2 beams. The first beam is good, 17 plus 8, so 25.
Okay, yeah,
on the
that
first
definitely
one.
hits. Yep.
And I got a 9, so 9 force damage to it.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nicely done.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
So yeah, you see that energy blast out of Otto's hand, and as this vine is snaking towards Gabriella, he hits it square and it just like recoils, and bits of vine explode off of it. Or tentacle.
Right
whatever.
on. It's still up though, this tentacle? It looks
Yeah,
like
it's still up.
So I'll aim my second beam at that same one.
All right, go for it.
Okay. 19 plus 8. Yeah, so
Yeah.
27.
Just misses.
And and I'll another d12. I got only a 3, so 3 more.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still up, but you could see that maybe it was advancing before, and instead it's pulled back a little bit.
All right, and as my bonus action, I call out to Dagmara, and I'm like, "I've got your back. I'm covering you. Just get them to safety," and that will suffice as a bardic inspiration
Oh, cool.
that you'll have.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Very
and I
nice.
just turn back and I look at very nice, and I look at him with like a good, like a positive surprise, and I say, "Well, if this is your gray area, then I cannot wait to see the light one." And I just turn and keep waiting.
That's a seriously good line. Like, I like that. Maybe I'm just a little raw, but like
A little raw. It's still it's good. It's good.
It's a little
All
fresh.
right.
A little fresh.
Otto, anything else you want to do? Otherwise, you can go to Tabitha.
Boost.
That's it. So yeah, Tabitha, she will, I think, could she jump on to Snack?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, she's gonna jump on, and she is going to
And Ariset, you're next.
move in and try to get to one of the people in danger too. She'll
Okay.
disengage, cunning action her way past any tentacles that she would pass, and just avoid them, provoking from them.
So Snack moves through all of this without any difficulty, and I believe has
Does
60
Tabby
feet,
have
right?
advantage?
Yeah, and so she's gonna ride up and try and sort of. The boat looks like it's in bad shape, right?
Yeah, I mean it's not sinking, but it was definitely.
Yeah, it's like
It's bad, yeah.
So she's gonna be like, "Hop on!" and she's gonna try to like get somebody off the boat over to safety on the onto land.
Okay, I'd say the little girl is probably the only one who can also fit on here.
Yeah, she'll go for the little girl.
And okay, hold on, let me see.
Because you got to go for the little girl first.
I mean, you've got to save the little girl.
Happy would too. He would totally know that.
Save the little girl, save the world.
The little girl is like
The youth is
is
important.
screaming in terror, and backing away from this
Tabby has like a
gnarly
halfling
cat
hand outstretched.
that it comes up and is like, and Tabby's like, come with me, and she's just scooting away towards her parents. It's not coming. If you want, Tabby can try to go around the side. There's still a little bit of
Could Tabby try to she wants to both calm Snack as best she can to like not scare
I
this
tell you what,
chick.
actually, let's back up a moment. Roll a persuasion check for
Yeah,
Tabby.
she wants to persuade the little girl to hop on.
Yeah.
So she has +3, and I roll a 19 again.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
22.
So yeah, I mean, at first she recoils. She sees this incredibly scary cat just emerge out of the water with this little halfling on her back. But she looks into Tabitha's eyes, and the parents also see it. And the parents literally push the little girl towards Tabitha, and
she's like, "Just be brave."
And she's now on Snack as well.
And yeah, she uses whatever movement. I know Snack has a lot to just get her to the shore and like set her down.
Yeah, Snack's almost out of movement, but I'd say there's enough to just get over here. And oops, now you're out of frame because I'm trying to be fancy. Oops, whoa, 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 whoa.
I dig the close up.
Yeah. Okay, so deliver.
Close up.
Let's look at that. Yeah. So now the little girl Tabitha lowers her down to the ground, and she's safe. What do you want to do?
I think that about does her
Okay.
for this turn. And
Love it. All right.
She'll just kind of turn back and get ready to send Snack in again.
All right, Ariset, you're up.
Okay. So, how far away from where I am right now is the boat?
It's about 50 feet.
Okay. And how far away is the snake tendril that I see?
About 25 feet.
Great. So I'm going to use my Zephyr Strike. Okay. And I'm going to attack this tendril before it has any opportunity to have a opportunity attack on me. I'll use my trusty longbow, I think, for this.
Actually.
Zephyr Strike! Put it out like a flash. Oh yeah. That would be a 27.
Yeah.
There. The first one.
And I'm sorry, because I was messing with the camera. You are shooting for the vine, or the whatever the thing is, the tentacle.
The killing thing, yeah, or the active beast, the tendrils, yeah.
Okay, the closest one.
The one that's 25 feet away?
Yep.
Because it's within a 30 feet Zephyr Strike.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so then that would be, dang it, a 5 damage on that first one.
Okay.
But
There we go.
then I still have a second arrow. I'm gonna stick with longbow on this one. So at least it's got 5 damage, and then
Yeah,
the next
multi-attack.
one. The next one is a 13. I don't know, is that hit?
13 hits, actually.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Yes,
This
it's got a
one's
low
down.
AC. So
Yeah, I was hoping that.
Oh, and
Okay.
I want to point out to you, you roll an extra 1d8 force damage when you,
oh yeah, did you not
Hit it.
roll that last time?
and you also give yourself advantage.
Oh. Ooh.
Those are all byproducts of the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
Dang, how
Remember, if you
did I
click on it in D&D Beyond, it'll tell you all
Yeah.
that information.
I forgot all that. I get the extra 1d8.
Don't cheat yourself to extra
Yeah.
1d8,
I
honey.
didn't get the. It doesn't say about the advantage though. It doesn't say about the advantage.
It
though.
says here once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon
on
attack.
one. All right.
So you
all
could do it on
right.
this one or another one on a later turn. It's any time up to a minute.
All right, we're doing it. We're going on advantage on that.
Might
last
as well
one. Thank
use
you,
it, right?
Otto.
Yeah. go
Yeah,
for it.
much better. Because this time I got a 6 on that roll. So it's actually a 10 damage plus an extra 1d8 of 5. So 15 damage, mother.
Okay. So Ariset,
Tell
I
'em.
imagine you leap up to the front, to the bow, kind of pulling a Legolas where you're bouncing on the front of the bow. You pull out an arrow, let it fly, and as it's in the air, you pull out your second arrow, and you just wait. That first one sticks, and you see the vine pulls up, exposing, or whatever this tentacle thing pulls up, and you see this kind of soft underbelly, and you let go of that second one. It goes into it, disappearing into the black, and just kind of going in. You see the whole thing is like just shudders and just collapses down to the ground. That vine is down.
That vine is down.
Kill it.
Down, down,
Kill it.
down.
Wait, but I
That
didn't
sounds
even
like a
roll.
nice swamp song. That vine is down.
That vine,
So
that vine
that was
is
just on my
down.
first arrow. DM, that was on my first arrow.
Let's see. You added your force damage, right? What was your total damage? Because at first you said it
It
was
was
3.
15.
Or no, 5, I mean.
But I had advantage, so it actually
Yeah.
ended up being 10 plus, I think it was 15 damage.
On just your first arrow?
Yeah, on my first arrow.
Yeah, well, that still kills it, so.
Awesome. So does that mean technically I have?
You could shoot at another.
Yeah, you have it.
tentacle
Then
now.
disregard what I said. You shot one arrow just beautifully.
Okay.
It went into the thing, like
Okay.
traveled
Yeah.
down the length of it, and it shuddered and died.
All right. Now with my passive perception, do I sense any other threats anywhere?
No, but if you want to roll an active perception, I would have told you if it were something that your passive perception picked up. But if you want to look specifically, since you're kind of picking out targets, roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, there's got to be more tentacles or
I'm
something.
figuring.
I was
yeah.
gonna say, how many do we see?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a 15 plus my modifier of 3, so that's 18.
Yeah, so from your vantage point now, you're a little bit higher on the bow of this small boat. You can
Yeah.
see that, and I've said it now like 16 times, these are indeed vines coming out of what these, you can see now these 2 large plant creatures, which are these orange things that you see in the
Like
terrain.
giant ticks.
Each one has 2 vines coming out of it, and they look like
Oh.
thick black snakes. As these,
okay.
they kind of sway. They look like large snakes themselves. They're kind of curled up like in an S, like sitting up like a snake, and they have this these orange leaves that make this kind of mane behind their head. And they have these mouths opening up, and it was like all this like acidic juices in there they're trying to pull things into. So you
okay.
see one of these vines just drop and is limp on this first creature right here. It still has 1 vine, and the other one has 2.
Okay. I shout to the others. It's not in the water. It's not in the water. Look to the north. And I have my Zephyr strike, so I can still technically go. Well, how far is it from where I am on the boat to this other thing?
To the other tentacle or vine?
To the main thing.
Oh,
not
to the main.
tentacle.
Oh, to the main thing.
Of
Yeah.
The main
it's,
thing.
It's about I'd say about 45 feet.
From the boat to that tentacle thing?
Yeah, this is
Okay,
you.
so this is not a
Sorry, you
scale.
can't see. Let me get my big hairy hand out of the way. Boom. That's you right here, and this is the closest, like main
No,
part of the.
I thought I was on the top of the boat. No?
You're not that boat. Those are the other people. Pretend there's a boat here because I didn't bring the other boat up. Yes, I failed. I know. Yes, thank you, Ariset, Tree Killer. Yes,
Yay.
I didn't bring the other boat up.
That's a good nickname. It's kind of like Kingslayer. Aaron's a
Tree
Slayer,
tree
tree
killer.
killer. Tree killer.
Is it true that they call you Tree Killer?
All right.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
So I haven't used a lot of distance. I didn't have to go that far at all. I didn't have to go anywhere near 30 to get that first arrow, right?
You haven't moved really. I mean, you like
Yeah.
jumped up on the bow, but I'm not going to call movement for that.
So I technically, so I leap into the grass to the north
Okay.
and towards the thing so I can get a better shot at the center of it.
Okay.
And that's where I want to let my second arrow fly, is not just at the tendril, but at the source.
Okay. I'm going to say you can jump here. Ooh, it's really springy. Okay. You get there. You're on the bank now. Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll your attack.
Okay. All right. And I'm going straight for it. Oh, that is the 19.
Oh.
There
Which
you
puts me to
go.
28, y'all.
Nice. Well done. Well done. That definitely hits.
Yay.
Woo!
Throw us some damage.
Go get it, girl. Go get it.
I don't get advantage this time, so that would just
No.
be 7 damage on it. Actually.
7 damage. Okay.
I used my advantage 1. Okay, so 7 damage though.
Okay. Again, you hear and this crazy reverberating sound. Like you see the plants nearby kind of shaking with this sound wave, and it's twisting in pain as the arrow is sticking into its side. And the tentacles pull back for a moment, and then they kind of start to track, or it has one tentacle starts tracking over towards you. All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Well, I have an opportunity attack, right? So I can kind of move back if I want to, or position myself out of distance.
No, you're not. I mean, you're not within anybody's opportunity to attack, so you can move freely. I'll say you've got like another 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to, like, if we're looking at the screen right now, I'm calling north, like what's above us, and I'm gonna call west, what's to the left of the screen. So I'm gonna go to the northwest in case any of my teammates are smart enough to follow my instructions.
She's going off map.
So I can
She's
be
going
flanking.
rogue.
She's off map.
I'm gonna flank whoever shows up on the land next to me to help fight.
Hey, it's worth noting your walking
Okay.
speed has increased by another 30 feet until the end of your turn due to your...
Judd, is that
Zephyr
difficult terrain?
Due to my what? Alto?
Not here. No, I mean it's.
Okay.
What gave
okay.
me better walking speed?
You have 30 extra speed this turn.
That's right.
from
That's
the
what you
Zephyr
get from
Strike.
Zephyr Strike. So would you like to use all of it?
Because
It
you're
does 3
David Bowie
things.
riding a tiger shooting lightning out of its eyes, so that's
Pretty much.
Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
I think it might... Oh, it's level 1. I was going to say, if this is a cantrip, this has got to be in the running for best cantrips ever.
Yeah, it's not. It's a
No,
spell,
it's a
right?
It's a
spell.
level.
It's a spell.
level 1 spell, but it's badass.
It is. It's pretty badass, and it's never used. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's really good though. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I could have gone farther, but I'm good. I think I stick with
It's-
what I'm.
It's up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
mean,
stick with
Do
the
it.
one-
Close in on that.
If you
sucker.
want, if you go a little bit, if you want to go a little bit further, you'll actually have some cover from this tree, which you can't see because you're like
But in
camouflage.
the same direction. Farther, but just in the same direction.
Yeah,
you're
perfect. Okay.
saying. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Okay,
I got
okay.
cover.
A little
But will
cover
it
never
still count as
hurt.
flanking a teammate if a teammate is gonna come on land?
Right.
Is it? I need to know.
Well, you don't
No,
know.
you don't get to know.
I
You
need
don't get to know.
You don't get to know.
You can't see into the future, Erisette.
No.
Doesn't work that
No.
way.
Obviously.
It's a final countdown. Doo-doo-doo.
Da-da-da-da-da.
All right, that's it for me.
That was pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah, that was
What a
very
great
good.
Turn.
Okay.
Chopped us off, at least.
Okay. All right.
Getting
so,
it done.
next we have Seville. You are up.
Well, hey,
Buttercup.
this dog's gonna hunt, son.
Yeah, man.
All right.
You gotta let the big dog eat.
You gotta
know
let
what I'm
this.
talking
This
about?
dog's coming. This dog's coming off a leash,
Big
and
dog's
it's
hungry.
going wild.
You gotta
It's
let him
going
eat.
wild.
That's right.
I just look at Otto and I'm saying, this dog's gonna hunt.
That's right.
I'm leaping
Uh-huh.
off. I'm following Erisette, and I'm going to. If that's not, I'm gonna try to skulk around to see if I can get a within. How much feet can I get? How close can I get to this creature, sort of buried in the mire there, and, or I should say, buried in the wrangle. And
So we say you can jump over here. We'll call that 5
Yeah.
feet. And let's see, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get within 10 feet of it
Right.
at 30.
All right, so I'm gonna use a bonus action just to get. I want to sneak up on it and make sure I can get advantage here, and I'm going to
This is like
use
so,
some of my. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
So I want to get up, make an attack, and use the rest of the dash to pull back.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you really only need to go another 5.
right.
Make your attack.
All right. Do I have advantage? I want to try to get
Yeah,
to sneak in there.
There are
Okay.
no enemies or no other allies,
Okay,
so with
okay.
Swashbuckler
Let's
you have advantage.
Let's do it. Oh, hey. All right, so that's 18 plus.
That hits.
Okay, and I'm using my Dark Steel, Magol, and hammering this. That's an 8 plus 5, so that's 13.
Here we go.
Here we go, yo.
There we go.
And then I'm going to use. I'm going to ignite Booming Blade. That's only 1, so that takes it to 14, but it's sheathed in a cocoon of thunder energy. And then I am sneak attacking, so that's an extra 16.
Nice.
And so that's 30. And then I'm going to back away for the rest of my movement with my bonus action. So dash would have given me, so you said I was only 5 feet away,
Yeah,
so dash is 30, so I have another 25 feet to kind of back out of its range, and I want to do that.
Okay.
And
I love it.
And kind of just go into the growth.
Which way you want to go? You can go like straight west towards Ariset or back to the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna back towards Ariset.
Okay.
Because I saw her creeping through the growth, through the wrangle.
Okay.
Hey,
So.
what does
What was that?
Hortsak? What did he roll?
He rolled terribly, and so did the creature. So yeah, don't worry.
Okay, all right. I'm excited.
Sadly, have not forgotten.
I'm excited to see those.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ends my turn. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. So
Put it
now
on
you
the
see Hortsak, who this seems like completely counter to my whole messaging earlier about Hortsak, but I literally did buy that mini, but it came so last second that I didn't have a chance to paint it or even build it because it's disassembled. So I'm using this Shadowhound because it's the only thing that has like a muzzle. So it's not a monster.
I attack whatever that displacer beast monster is behind me.
I'll go grab my croc.
What did I tell you
now.
my story? So you see he's just like, he just stands up, muscles rippling, pulls this huge sword, and just goes, "Ah!" And he's gonna rage and leap off the boat and run full speed. And a couple feet away from the thing, leaps up in the air, full He-Man, sword forward, and just gonna land and drive his sword into this creature. Rolled a 17, so that is. This is how we do. Using my special rainbow dice from Skull Splitter dice. Skull Splitter dice.
Get split.
And that, ooh, nice. That was a 9 plus. Come on. Review my character sheet. Yeah, whew, that's nice. That's 14 total damage with that hit.
Wow.
That works.
Come on, Rajay. Come on, Rajay.
He pulls his blade out of the thing and he moves in front of it and it's just like, come get me! And it just seems like he's trying to draw the attention of this creature and it's just writhing in pain. He just stands right in front of it. And this, you see the tentacles pulling, its last remaining tentacles pulling back and is about to wrap around him. And that's going to be his turn. Now, it's the creature's turn. We're going to go with this first one over here, and it's going to attempt to, you see the vine quickly retract. This vine has been damaged, but it's coming in to try to wrap around our buddy and constrict him. So let me roll, see if it hits. Oh, nat 1. So as it comes in, he just like doesn't even look, just throws up this big sword and parries this incoming vine and knocks it away. Who knows you have? Just like totally like full barbarian rage. And I think it only has one attack per round.
Get it.
Yes. You can see it only has that one attack, but you see that suddenly out of the ground, these spikes come up out of the ground, and let's see. Oh, yep. That creates some damage for our friend here. Hold on. D8.
Just random spikes.
Oof. Yeah. He turns, like, this creature turns the entire area around it now to difficult terrain as these vines, these kind of like its roots, pop out of the ground. You see it goes right into Hortsak, and he screams out as you see it like go right through his foot, and he pulls his foot up off of it, and taking 8 points of damage. Not crazy.
Right.
And that is that vine's turn. Then the other vine, the other plant has 2 vines. They're undamaged. You see both of them are reaching out for the boat again.
Yeah.
First one's a 2, so it's trying to navigate around this tree. You can't tell because I have the camera too high, but there's a tree right in front of it. It's kind of blocking its view. Second vine, 18, plus it's plus 6 to hit. So wraps around the boat again and starts lifting it once more into the air. This time avoiding the tree, and you see the 2 parents now. They're going next. They are screaming on this boat as it's getting pulled forward. You see the mouth opening up, and the bow of the ship goes right into this mouth. Wood just shatters and explodes, and the vines pulling it closer. The sides of the boat are starting to crack and get smaller, and the vines are getting closer to these people, and that is its turn. And our Nat 1 initiative order, because they're shitting their pants, are our 2 civilians here, and they are going to, they're not grappled, the boat is grappled, so I'm going to say the guy is going to take this girl's hand, and they're going to run and jump off into the water over here.
Woo.
Okay, good.
And
they swim to safety.
That's great.
Let's see.
Like to see that.
Yeah, let me roll a acrobatics check for them. No problem. They make it. They splash them across and come over and reunite with their daughter, who runs over to them.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay!
Nice.
Great.
Oh, wow.
All right. Back at the top of the order. Dagmara, you are up, and then Otto, you are on deck.
Okay. Well, since I just saw these people run to their daughter, so I was literally, this was, imagining that I kind of like pushed them through as they were coming through the water. Just stay as far as you can. And I turn to that creature, and I want to go. We have 2 vines, right now. Yep. Kind of doing their thing. Okay. And I just.
Well, actually, technically there are 3, but the other one is on.
Right.
Hortsak, so yeah.
Yeah. So I turn to those 2 vines, and what I want to do is, if I can target actually, with my several, perfect. With my magic missile is what I want to do. I'll just step forward just a tad, and because it has a pretty good range, and kind of like trace it, look at it as I start forming the spell, and then just like I want to hit both tentacles and the creature itself.
Ooh, okay. How many? What level are you casting it at, and how many missiles do you get?
Well, let me see. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
3rd level, okay.
And
nice. Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
Each star hits a creature of your choice, and it deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. And you can direct them to hit 1 creature or several. So I will do. I'll just have 3. Can I? I mean, I cannot double.
So you get.
them,
I think you get 5. You're gonna have 5 total because you're casting at 3rd level.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 2
great.
more. So
Yeah.
Each
One more dart
is
for
a
each
D4
slot,
plus
yes.
2. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the
Sorry,
the
D4
2
plus
more
1, whatever it is.
D4 plus 1.
Yeah, it's D4
so
plus
2
1.
extra D4s. So 3 D4 plus 1 technically.
Or 3d4 plus.
Well,
Plus 3.
You have 5 darts.
So 5d4 plus 5 is your
5
total
D4
amount.
plus 5.
I mean, it depends
Hey.
because you're splitting it up. Just tell me how many go to each part, and you can roll it that way.
I'll have technically I'll have 1 and 1 go to the vines.
Okay.
And then I'll have 3 go towards the creature. 'Cause
Love
that's
it. Okay. All right. Do the
mother.
vines. Do the
work.
vines first.
All right. All right, so hold on, sorry, D4. Give me D4. Okay, that is 4 plus 1, 5.
Nice.
One vine. 3 plus 1, 4. Second
Nice.
vine.
Nice.
And then I got a 2. I'm gonna just tally these up. 3 and 1. So that's a 6 plus 3, 9.
9.
For the mother.
Wow, that was huge. Okay. Wow. So
how many hit points this thing has?
you find just ahead of you some solid ground that you kind of scramble up, and it raises you out of the water. The rest of you see her just go, and 5 of these magic missiles just explode and like snake through the air and just impact this thing. And it reacts, pulling its vines, and definitely heard it. Did not like that. What else would you like to do?
I'm just gonna turn to Otto and I'll be like, "Here, I made a clear path for you. Come on and help me out." And what I'll do is I will. I suppose there's just shrub. Is there a tree nearby, or it's mainly shrubbery? I see.
There's a
around
tree
here?
directly to your left, actually, that's blocking you from the first plant creature. You can't see it, but this
Okay.
is a tree right here.
How
Really
close is
should've put
Otto
this
to me?
lower. He's literally like 5 feet away. So you're
Okay,
you're
perfect.
here, and Otto's right here.
Perfect. Great. I see it. And as I turn to him and say, "Come on, clear the path for you," I will. I would hope that he would either hopefully take my hand, because as he does that, I will imbue him with Dragon's Breath as well, to return the gesture for the Bardic Inspiration. Which how many turns does the Bardic Inspiration last for?
It's like I
10
think
minutes,
it's either-
right?
Yeah. it's
10 minutes?
1
Yeah.
or 10 minutes. I'll double check.
You got 10 minutes to use it.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
mean, it's the
You can
entire
add it to
battle.
anything.
10.
The entire
Yeah.
battle's
I was
going to be
gonna
like
say
a
10
minute.
battle
So-
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
totally. So anytime this encounter, and even a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
you can use it on an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check. So almost any roll. But yeah, I'm gonna.
Awesome. So I'll just stay behind that tree as I.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
up next, right?
Yeah. So and you take her hand. You feel that now familiar power flow within you. You know you've got that dragon's breath. Oh, you fell over.
And I can do it as a bonus action, right? Is that how it works, or is it an action?
I can tell you
I
since.
think it's a reaction. I believe. Is it a reaction?
It doesn't
let's
sound
see,
right.
Hold on. Bonus action.
Hold on.
Dragon's breath is.
Bonus.
Each creature.
Yeah, it's a bonus. Sorry, it is a bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could do it as my bonus action and do something else, basically, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I'm across the water from these things, right?
You are. Yes.
How far does the dragon's breath go?
15 feet.
Well, now I'm way over here. But I might be able to.
You can make it
Get
over
to them.
though. I think with.
Does the water seem really deep?
You can't tell. It's very dark. But you did just see Dagmara standing, kind of like knee level almost. On the side, on the other
Yeah.
sid.
Yeah.
And I did just
gotcha.
reach out to you, so you'll have
Yeah,
a
it's
safety
kind of
rope.
like I get the guilt that you're trying to do. Like if I leave you hanging. No, that's fine.
Here's my inner monologue on the outside.
Yeah, I see what you're up to. I get it. I won't leave you hanging. Yeah, I'll grab the hand and I'll try to get across to the other side.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's actually no problem. It's deep right next to you, but if you just kind of like jump across to where you saw Dagmara, then you can come up on 10, 15. How far do you want to go? You're right next to Dag right now.
I'll
Drops to
get
100
within.
Within, so you can hit the cone.
Yeah, I'll get within 15 feet. Is there any way I could get them both?
No, that one's like 25
Okay,
feet.
so I'll tell you
away.
what. As I'm on my way, as I get out of the water, as my action,
Okay.
I will conjure up. How far away are these two from each other?
They are about 30 feet.
Okay, so I think this works. It says if I were to put something right in the middle of them,
Okay.
each creature within a 10-foot radius. So I don't think that would hit
No,
both
that
of
wouldn't
them.
stretch.
It would need to be a 15-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I will move toward them, but instead of doing that, I will just shoot a couple of more eldritch blasts at one of them as I run and get within range. But as I'm shooting, my eyes start to glow with embers, and my mouth is about to open with fire.
Okay.
Fire.
All right. So roll your. You gonna do both
Yeah.
Eldritch
Smoke
blasts
on the
to.
horizon.
Just tell me which ones you're shooting for.
Which one of them looks pretty messed up?
The more messed up is the one on the right, actually, but they both look fairly equal.
So I'll shoot my first blast at the one on the right that looks
Okay.
messed up.
Go for it.
Okay, and I got a 4 plus 8 is 12.
12 misses. So as you leap across the water and you come out, you just let a hand go. You see that energy coalesce around you and beam off. And it just happens to move at that moment as it's trying to now push its tentacles across the water.
As I'm running across, I shoot once and miss, and I reach back and I shoot again. This
Okay.
time I got a 14.
That hits. So roll your damage.
Okay. Yep, and I will do 6 force damage.
Nice, okay.
And then to the one closest to me, when I get within 15 feet of it, I will do the dragon's breath.
Okay, so making sure that you don't hit
There it is.
our crocodile friend. You get up here, which is the end of your movement, but you clear him, and I'm sure it's a saving throw, right? Each creature dex saving throw, yeah. So it's dex.
So what spell save DC? Is it mine or hers or what?
It just, I guess it's hers because it says. That's a good question. We're gonna go on hers. It's dex 15.
15. You know.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because she'd imbued it with you, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We can research it later.
That makes sense to me. I think that's
Yeah.
the right
Okay.
way to go.
He's got a huge dex bonus of 0. So let's see what he
Ah,
gets. That is a 6. So fails.
so how much damage is it?
It is a 3d6 of your chosen type of damage.
Ha ha ha! 13 fire
enjoy.
damage.
Fire!
Joy.
It's over fire!
Yeah. And it uses the original spellcaster.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So then
All
we
right.
did it right. 13 fire damage.
So-
And I look back and I like give Dagmara a little nod after I scorch this baby.
So as you scorch this baby and you just blast this fire erupts out of your mouth, you see that it shrieks and pulls back, trying to lean back as far as it can away from this fire, pulls its tentacle away, tries to block the fire. The tentacle just withers and melts and drops to the ground, and the plant just tries to resist it, but it can't, and the fire just boils away the plant's outer exterior and just like starts bubbling and folding and smoldering and just collapses down dead,
Nice.
stinking
And,
up the
I just-
area with this like tarry black ooze that's coming out of it now. Well done.
And I
It
just
is
look
so
at Otto and I say, almost looks natural. And I just like point to the right side. It's so I see his mustache smoking a little bit. Just caught a little bit of fire. Just like
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
That would
Okay.
have been tragic.
Well done, Otto. Tabitha and Snack are up.
Okay. All the people are to safety.
They are on the other side of the river.
All the people are to safety. And so she is going to.
And she can see the tentacles are reaching out. They are heading that way, but they haven't made it there.
How many tentacles are in the water?
They're not in the water. They're above. There are 2 still remaining. and one looks
So
pretty
there's
heavily
like a
damaged.
big wall of us between the creature and the guys, right? The people.
Over here, it's just Snack and Tabitha next to the 3 people, because it's the other.
But north on the other part of the land are where
Like-
the bad guys are, right?
It's this thing over here, and its tentacles are going across the river towards the people. And Snack
Okay.
and Tabitha, and you guys are
Okay.
all clustered over here.
So what she's gonna do is she's gonna ride on Snack
Okay.
and go and send Snack, and she's like leans down and whispers in his ear like, "I'll be right back." And she sends it to attack the tentacle, but as she's doing that and she's riding it, she throws her blink dagger as far as she can,
Oh.
perhaps within its disadvantage range, toward the furthest one, and she's gonna use her bonus action to teleport to it after it lands, hopefully into the creature.
Okay, cool. Give
Using
me
the blink
an
dagger's
animal
magic.
handling check first at advantage for Tabitha for the command.
Okay. So let's see. She has +2. Natural 1, which I get a free reroll of.
Yep.
So 9 is 11, and then
And then your second roll.
yeah, doing it now. 13 is my highest.
Okay. It's okay. It's enough. There's like, you can see that there's maybe a little bit of confusion on Snack. More like, which target did you want me to go for? And then just whatever, and just leaps off. All right, roll your attack for the blink dagger.
Okay, so let's see.
Because yeah, it's outside the. Well, if you're going for one of the tentacles, it would be within the 20-foot.
No, I want to go toward the big
Okay,
thing.
yeah, so it's at disadvantage.
And let Snack handle the tentacles, because,
Okay.
you know. But yeah, so I have to roll with disadvantage again, but hey, maybe I'll get lucky. So the first one.
I'll leave Snack here so you can actually. Oh, you can't see anyway, because everything's green. Why do I keep coming up with like
Didn't roll
camouflage?
great. My lowest one was an 11 total.
Yeah, so that misses.
Yeah, so she'll miss, but she'll teleport to the blink dagger right up near it,
Okay.
I guess, or wherever it landed.
I'll say, yeah, we'll say within its. That's a good question. I'm just gonna say that it kind of just misses it and lands over here, and Tabitha appears behind it, which is actually pretty cool.
That's pretty great.
Roll for
Yeah,
Snack to attack one of the vines as well.
All right, yeah, I don't have his sheet or know what his modifiers are, but I'll tell you what I roll.
Okay.
I got an 18.
That hits.
Okay, so how much damage do I do?
Do a D8 plus 4.
And is it using its pounce thing if it could, or whatever it has?
I'll say no. Let's not do pounce on this. It just doesn't make sense for a vine in the air. But
all right. Sadly, he only got a 1.
A 1, so 5 points total. Okay. All right, you can see that vine is really like, it's starting to fall apart. It's not moving well, and it's fraying, and Snacks is just attacking it like crazy. Anything else for their turn?
No, I think Tabby is just going to try, realizing she's behind it, to be super stealthy and super still and get ready to try and sneak attack it.
Has she done a bonus action yet? Oh yeah, she did. Because
yes, she used a bonus action to. Well, technically, she hasn't. I don't know that she really. She used her action to throw the.
Use her action to
throw, and then your bonus action to appear.
To teleport.
So she's kind of exhausted.
Yeah, she's done. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Erisette, you are up.
Okay. I am thinking, look, what's most important is we get, I mean, obviously we're not going to stay in this water. I don't think I could get the boat by myself. I'm just going to escape and try to join the party. So, but as I do, I'm going to take a couple shots at this, the second monster vine thing.
I'll say
Tabby's got.
I'll say you get about 30 feet. You get next to Dagmara here. and you can see you've got a direct bead straight over to the final monster. Or you can target the vines. There are 2 vines still up.
No, I'm going for the source.
Okay, go for it.
But here's what I pictured myself actually doing is I shoot towards the monster at the source as I'm running and jumping across the water to join the party on the south beach.
Oh, on the other side. Oh, okay. Well, you're pretty far back, so
How far back?
I mean, you're back here behind the tree. And the party's way over here. They're like
So
60,
like 30 feet?
60, 70 feet away.
Okay, so I'm gonna can I make it to the tree for cover or something else for cover?
You can make it, I mean, yeah, you can make it here, which is where I had you, which next to Dagmara, there's a tree kind of giving you cover, or you can stop a little bit back.
Yeah, okay, I'll get near Dagmara so at least I'm flanking her, and as I'm running, I'm just like, pew, pew!
Okay.
It's very, like a less style.
I love
kind
it.
of Run
Yeah.
and shoot.
Run and gun.
And I'm like ducking, but I'm looking at you, and I know that you're extremely like. At first, I'm like, "Whoa, what the heck?" And then I look, and I'm like, "Yeah, there
Yeah.
she is."
Okay.
You have that Elrond moment where your hair kind of moves as the arrow passes by.
And I'm super chill, like,
Yeah, it doesn't even bother you.
that's my friend.
All right, so that's an 18 on the first one.
That hits.
I know these creatures now, they're not that hard. So the first one gets, okay, that gets a 10 of damage.
Oh, 10.
And
Uh,
second, yeah, and I'm
And you
going right at the source, okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
You see it's almost limping over. It's looking like it's almost dead.
okay. Oh, but the next one, dang, maybe I get cocky. I don't know what happened. I get an 11.
No. 11 misses, and it's probably because it starts to collapse on itself as it's just like shuddering from this arrow. And you see the arrow is like through its main part of
so
its
good news.
neck area, if it had a neck. And it's just folded over and hurting, and the tentacle is starting to pull back and kind of wrap around its own body as it's definitely majorly injured. Anything else you want to do? Otherwise, Seville, you're up.
It's okay. Daggy, I think we're almost done here. Let's hope Tabitha or somebody can finish this thing.
All right, Seville, you're
I
up.
think so too.
Okay, so
Shots, Ariset.
I see this one in the patches and it's almost down, right?
Yeah,
It's almost dead.
it's looking really hurt.
Okay, and then and across the way I see Tabitha isolated against the other one,
No,
Right?
one is dead. There's only
Maybe.
one left.
and the one closest
it's-
to me, right?
No, that one's dead. So if
Okay.
you're looking at the screen, you're like right here. The one way over here
Way on the. Okay.
is the one that's alive. Where the boat is pointing to, basically. It just looks
Right,
like a bit
is-
of orange stuff. It's way cooler from my angle. Sorry,
Right,
y'all.
and that's the one Tabitha's with, right?
Yeah, she's right behind it. You can barely see her blonde hair up here.
Right, but she's isolated, right? She's the only one near it.
She's isolated, yeah.
Okay. How far is that?
Oh, gosh.
90?
60, 70, probably 60.
All right. Then I'm gonna dash
Okay.
and attack it.
Okay, I'm gonna say you just make it. I think you're about 60.
Dash it, attack it, get it.
Dash and attack it, and I'm going to just, as I'm scrambling through the wrangle coming up,
And you
I
see that like
spy-
the vine is like half wrapped around it. It's half flailing, trying to keep things away. It senses Tabitha behind it, and you're running up to it, and it's.
I'm just finding an opening
Yep.
and sneaking right through it. And just as, let's see here, 17 plus plus.
Let's see if we can go in for the final.
So let's see, that is 11. 1d8, 11, 2 is 13.
Oh, I can't make it any
13 plus 15, 28.
Yep.
Yeah, later, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just tell me how you want to do it, dude. It's got 1 hit point left.
All right.
Why
just
do we
like
always bring everything down to 1?
I don't know. It's just finish it.
I'm just gonna finish this thing, just like in the air tonight, like Phil Collins, just a boo 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 boo. I'm just sneaking in there. Rapier comes in, the vine just slips under my head, just brushes my feather, and I see that soft spot in its
goes up.
body. And I'm just like, pull it in, pull it out, do a spin move, and back away as this thing just.
And just falls over dead.
You went to like
almost
a kill
lands on
him
you, civilian.
animation cutscene.
Jump out of the way, fall over, you're dead. Because it fell on you, spewing it. No, I'm kidding.
And they say to Jack Morrow, I said, I did not just say somebody finish it. I did just say that, didn't I? I said that.
You did.
Tabitha,
We all heard it.
Tabitha runs up to get some like cuttings off of it. All right, y'all.
Creature.
And I just look at Araceta and I say, I'm so glad you're back in your good spirits. And I just like kind of like hug her tightly.
You know, I'm really getting to like you. I never really had much doubt, but anyway, now that I'm maybe wiser, you know, I can understand what you're going through. And whatever we do, we'll do it together.
Speaking of what people have gone through,
let's hope
and
we
I
can
like
keep it
go
up.
over toward the people who we rescued.
Yeah.
It's like,
Nice.
And you see they're like just huddled together as family, just like each just gripping each other, and the mother and the father completely sheltering this small girl, looking
it's
at
all right.
the rest of you with just eyes wide, just amazed and so grateful. Just, oh my God, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I thought we were dead for sure, all of us. It came out of nowhere. Our guide, he was killed, and
Yes,
thank
it's
you.
all right.
We can't thank you.
Yes.
Can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough.
Oh, it's no matter. Tell us who are all of you, and what brought you traveling these dangerous swamps here?
I'm on assignment for the archive in Asley. I'm supposed to meet a contact bringing maps from the east. They never showed.
I see.
We abandoned.
You're like
and our guide was bringing us back. I didn't realize it was as rough. I told it wasn't as rough down here. I thought it would be interesting for my family. And
You're like a messenger. Essentially.
No, not a messenger. I'm Belir Gesk. I run part of the archive in Asley. We put together information on the region. I thought it'd be fun. To do this.
Can I roll a perception check on this and see if I buy this shit? Bring in your
Insight.
family into this.
You can't buy this acting. This is
Okay,
fucking gold.
I roll a 17 on that.
You're basically thinking Oscar. I mean, that's what you're feeling right
Yeah.
now.
Wow. Oscar.
No, they're I'm gonna send you a message, Aracet.
Okay, all right.
And
And I'm
Judd,
just like, who would bring their little kid on a tour of a place like this?
My father did 15 years ago.
No. Okay.
Right, that might explain some things.
I turned out okay.
Judd, I
Yeah.
had rolled that 18 on history in case that ties in any way. Just a little reminder.
I'm gonna say not immediately, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. Cool.
Aracet. No, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Type your message.
So,
yeah.
who are you trying to meet? What was your contact's name?
We might be able to help you get to them.
I'm
given
sure.
that your
I'm sure
boat
you.
is
And
such-
I'm beyond grateful, but I'm not at liberty to say. But
Well, maps.
it's-
We're talking maps here.
it's
That's
kingdom business.
information.
I'm not supposed to. I know we're not in the kingdom now, but
Well, you are in the midst of the kingdom.
well, I'm not even
And you're talking to
technically
people.
down.
Well,
Well,
next to
no.
me you are.
That's right. Show them. Go on.
Sorry, hard to type and act at the same
All
time.
right, type in, and
I'm
then
done.
we
I'm
can
done.
role play.
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
He's saying you're talking to an edgeguard. That's right.
Ta-ta!
One of the official order. So,
Are you?
best we have a look at those maps.
So let's see.
I was
what we're
meeting
talking about
to
here.
get maps. I never got them. He never showed.
Right. So who was your contact then, and how did you know?
I believe you. I can see your Elven. Whether or not you're Mendeleal and part of the Edge, I'm afraid I'll need a little more.
I'll go right into his mind and say, you're meeting someone and you don't know what they look like, who their name is. I think I need a little bit more information here, considering we just saved your life.
And his eyes go wide, and then and he kind of nods.
I like nod at him because I totally know exactly what he just did.
Yeah.
He does this all the time.
You all know.
I'm just
once
like,
again, Seville's like, no.
In the meantime, I want to walk to the little child as Cyril is doing this, just as a little side action. I'm just go to the little kid and I kind of like crouch next to her and like, you know, I rub her shoulders a little bit and I say, "Are you all right?" And just give her just a little bit of food or just something to eat, like something to play with almost, you know, just to distract her from.
And you can see she's just terrified. She's got tears streaming down her face, but she's not crying, you know, audibly anymore. She's just shaking. Her mother is holding her. The guy, Seville, nods to you to step away from the others.
All right. And I look at Hortsak, and I give him a nod. Hortsak, I'm stepping away.
Oh yeah, there it is. I have 3 of them.
Wow.
Right. I know. I just had to. I just to show a little.
That's what they look like. Yeah. Except that.
But yeah,
Oh, cool.
Except that it just came today, and it's in like 3 pieces, and I was like,
Oh
"Yeah."
damn, son!
And I had like an hour before. I'm like, no.
but I
forget it.
think, Judd, basically we say to them, you know, given that your boat is destroyed, we could help you find a way to your contact, perhaps. Ours is still intact.
And he looks
I'll
like
walk away with them.
That's very kind. I think my priority will be to get my family out of this hellhole that it seems to be a bit underreported as the threat level down here.
Well, yes, we could certainly help with that
Say
as
that
well.
again.
Seville, you step away with him, and he said, "Well, clearly you're Edgeguard. I am officially on assignment. My contact did not show up. My contact's name is Ebel Grask. I don't know. He's another member of the archive on assignment. He puts his arm around you and pulls you even further away. We've
Did you
long
say evil grasp?
Ebel,
Evil.
What an unfortunate name. Sounds a lot like Evil Grasp.
Pronunciation matter.
Grask. So, even before the departing, we knew, we've had reports that there's a hidden kingdom to the west, past the mountains, on the other side of this swamp. We've sent several people to investigate, and none have come back. We thought that we had finally gotten a contact out, and they seem to have disappeared before making it here. Last we heard they were in Barricage, but so we know they at least made it that far. But he didn't make it into the swamp. You know, we have threats all over. I mean, it's always been this way, but we don't know that there's a threat out there. That's what I wanted this information for, so I can't speak of it openly because it is not widely known.
All right. So who do you work with?
I work with the archive.
The archive of Isley. Yeah. So why would you openly explain? You know how precious information here is on Anacrely. So why would you just openly say you're from the archive and you have a contact here with maps? You know how precious maps are.
it is precious. I wouldn't show it to you if I had it, but the fact that I work for the archive, or the fact that we run missions and collect information, you as an edgeguard should know that that's what we're doing. That's not a secret. It's just not something we disseminate to the public for their own good.
Well, correct, but you might have just done so. Just for the future. Just for the future. I would have a different story for people.
Well, I'm not an operative, as you yourself are. I'm not. I was just supposed to meet and.
But here's the thing. Why would you bring your family here? You've got a wee one, and that's something that just.
It's not that uncommon, actually. Trips to the swamp it's something that people from Asley have done for years and years. It's been dangerous, but if you keep to the main waterways, it's supposed to be safe. This is unprecedented.
Well, just by the looks around, I probably would say.
No, stepped away.
I probably would say not, but I want to insight check him.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is a 18.
Let me guess. Type him a message.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, in the
yeah, I'm just sort of imagine. Sorry, I was just gonna say. I imagine we're just like kind of looking off, watching them talk alone, and then maybe small talking with the others, his family, while they're talking, and just being like, "Well, just rest assured, we'll get you back to safety." Maybe I will try to fish around for some info from the family while I have them just apart from him or something.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll come to you for a moment. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just sort of like, so, this person you were to meet never showed, eh?
That's correct.
Where was the rendezvous point? Hopefully not somewhere so dangerous as here.
No, it's just off the river, about 5 more miles, 6 more miles down. I don't know. I'm not much of a navigator, but we waited for almost an entire day, and never showed. She's just stroking her little girl's hair.
And I kind of lean in close, not in a creepy way, just a little closer, and I say,
little creepy.
I say, well, I do know some arcane tricks of the trade. I may be able to help us locate what is lost. Do you mind telling me the name? I'll see what I can do.
The name of what?
Your contact. I might be able to tell if any danger has beset them.
Well, Belir never tells me anything about his work. He's not allowed to. Even when we were waiting, we had to wait 20 feet away in case the person showed we wouldn't accidentally overhear anything. He's very good about his job.
I see, yes. Well, it's a shame that it is... things have gotten so off track here, but... Well,
perhaps you could tell him that you might be able to locate using that skill.
Yes, I will. Good idea. And I go and I walk up to Seville and this guy.
All right, so you see Seville's coming up to you, Otto's coming up to you, Seville.
Otto. So, sir, now, forgive me here. I don't want to embarrass you, but you did not really tell me the truth, and you are talking to a Mendeleil, so I'm going to have my friend Otto here. He's very highly skilled in the psychic arts. He's just going to stand here and observe you for a second, and I'm going to do prestidigitation and start a golden sort of symbol around my fingers. Now, we can do this the honest way, or I can place this Mendeleil symbol into your mind, and then I'm going to have my friend here, Otto, start asking you questions. It will draw the truth from you. It will hurt if you resist, but if not, it'll go painlessly. Or you can just tell us what's going on, And then we may be able to offer you a second version of help, seeing we just saved your life. Please decide now.
And I like look at Seville a little bit surprised, and then I like look back at him, and I'm like, yeah.
Roll a bit a deception check for me.
Deception. 15.
He steps up to you, close, showing a hitherto kind of unknown backbone. His whole aspect really changes. It's like his timid kind of facade falls away, and he's like, let me get this straight, Edgeguard. You are trying to commit treason by extracting information from a member of the kingdom on official duty in the line of my job. Can I get that straight before you try to extract with your Mendeleal magic on me? I just want to be sure before I go back and report. And what is your name?
Oh, my name is Seville Ranta, and you can report all you want because there's a lot you don't know, and I'm tired of being lied to.
All right, you two, enough with the one-upsmanship. So
And
clearly
we can help you.
Well, before we get too far off on the wrong foot, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about your contact. A name, where you were to meet, and why. I might be able to help guide us back and figure out what's going on here.
He knows the name. I can't tell it to you. Seville Ranta, here. I've already told him the name. As far as our location for contact, it was down the river. About
I see.
20 miles from here.
Listen, if we are all working together, and there's some truth that can help us out, the kingdom is at jeopardy.
Let me ask you this. If I stepped up to you and I told you the kingdom was in jeopardy, and I told you to tell me your Mendeleal's secrets, would you do it?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Because we both have sworn our oath to do our job. So you do yours. I will forever remain grateful to you and your friends for saving us. Do not confuse my stance right now. I am in your debt. However, I will not betray my position. Do you understand?
I understand. So let's do it this way. Is there anything that you can help me with and I can help you with? You know these are trying times and I had to test. Can you offer us anything?
I kind of pat them both on the shoulder while they continue talking, and I walk over toward everyone, and my face is just like...
How is it?
Well,
I'm like, it's going okay.
In the meantime, as you're doing that,
I light up a pipe.
you're just all right. As you come up to us, and we're like, okay. I'm just finishing making like a doll out of pretty much a bunch of tall grass that I've bent together and like tied into like a little head, arms and legs, and like kind of added like a sword. You know, perfect. Yeah, they're in the perfect location.
Voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Great.
Are you a hag?
Enjoy yourself, kid. This
Gross.
nice. So I just give it to the. Yeah, just enjoy this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I give it to the child, and I just say, "This is to protect you. Just know that you're just as strong as a warrior. This one right here," and I point at Erised. She has fought binds like this before. And she survived. She defeated them. All you have to do is have courage. And this little friend will remind you of that.
Thank you.
I know how dark and scary the swamps can get. Don't be afraid. You're with your family.
Okay.
And I look at her father, and I don't know if I've overheard any of the...
You haven't.
Otto,
you might have...
And I'm like, anything?
You might have picked up a little bit. Like, you can't really hear, but you can see that there's like a kind of elevated tone going on over there.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay.
Seville.
Any?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just like asking Otto, any help there? Any chance of knowing anything?
Sorry, with what?
Any chance of finding anything out?
Are you yelling at this? Are you yelling it at us?
No,
No, Otto came back. So.
Oh, Otto came back.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And they were like discreetly asking because the mom is right there too.
Oh yeah, I just say I believe there's a bit more going on with our friend than we initially thought, and well, let's just say he can't really give up much information, it seems.
He's very dedicated to his position, the woman says at that moment.
Yes, of course. Well,
it might be helpful for him to know who we've had a contact with. It might be helpful for him to know.
Yes, I think Seville has filled him in adequately. I'm afraid that yes, we our paths may end up going in opposite directions, but we shall see.
And with that, we jump back over you, Seville, and you see, as you you're both getting a little bit closer, getting a little bit heated, you see a bit of steam dissipate from this man. And look, I'm sorry. That was a horrible experience. I'm not a fighter like you. I like books. I stay in the library in Asley. I do my job. And my family almost died because of it. I don't mean to be combative with you. I take my job very seriously. I take my oath to the kingdom very seriously. I can only say that what I'm doing is in the best interest of the kingdom. If you should come upon my contact, you know the name now. It is a dwarven fellow. And you will know them instantly as having a red left sleeve that looked like it had been torn and patched. That's all I can say.
Did you say you work with books?
Yes.
And I didn't get your name.
Oh, sorry, I thought I said it. It's Gesk is my last name, Gesk, surname. Belir, Bilir, Belir, Gesk. I'm in Asley. I mean, you have access as an edge guard. You can verify it when you come back.
Yes, maybe when this is all over, I'd love to peruse some books and really get into the study of things. It's well, perhaps when this is all over, you and I can meet again, and maybe you can give me access to some of these books.
With the proper authorization, of course.
Of course. Well,
listen, he grabs your shoulders. Please do not be offended by my stance. I thank you. And he walks over to the rest of you. I thank you all so much for saving my family.
It seems that I hate to leave you a bit landlocked here with your damaged boat.
I think it might be still a bit seaworthy if I can. Perhaps you can all help me drag it back into the water. And
oh yes, certainly.
And I see the oars are nearby, so I can.
And as we do that, as we're dragging it into the water, I just say, Sarah, can I ask you of one thing? And what you're doing is very brave, and the swamps are no joke. So when you make it safely to Asley, would you mind passing a message to someone for me?
Of course. Anything.
And I give him 10 silver.
No.
In his hand.
No. What can I do for you?
Thank you. Would you please pass on a message to Dr. Zaki Paterna? Just say, Dagmara and the group have made... Excuse me. It's the tobacco.
She's a lightweight. She's only just started, you see.
Thick swamp air.
I know
Dagmara.
Dr. Paterna. Mm-hmm. So it would be my pleasure, yes.
How do you know him?
Rigel Neverbottom and I sometimes meet in tavern.
Oh, we're small world. We know him too.
You know Rigel?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Consider him a friend.
Really?
Who doesn't know Rigel?
Well, you certainly are in
Practically was
high
like a second
company.
father to me. Dr.
Don't
Paterna is
challenge
actually...
that man to a dance-off. That's all I can say.
Yes.
But I was
Dr.
going to...
Paterna is my father as well.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Dagmara.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
now it's getting a little bit weird.
Do I know this man, Jed?
No, you don't. I don't mean to pry, but I recommend that you I will let him know that you're alive. He thinks you're dead.
Well, we had the absolute fortune of being in Asley just a day ago. Just out a few hours ago, and we saw him.
You saw him,
we
okay.
talked to him.
Okay.
Yes, I just want him to know he hasn't heard from me in a very long time, and I want to make sure he has as many updates as possible. Let him know that we're safe and that we're on the journey, and we'll be back soon. But sir, and I would like to use my persuasion here, Judd, as much as I can. We've disclosed quite a bit about ourselves, and we trust you to deliver this information absolutely safely and in no way tarnished or known by anyone else as to our whereabouts. Let us help you. Tell us anything more that we can know so we can help you. You can trust us, and you can trust that we're on the same side, fighting the same fight.
Roll a persuasion.
There it is.
Please.
Chad, that pipe.
Awesome.
Pip, pip.
I'm just kind of enjoying it now.
I know, it's
I'm telling you, it's fun.
looks good on you.
I rolled an 8 + 7, 15.
You see kind of a kind reluctance pass across his face.
Oh.
Listen, I could tell you're all traveling together. Your friend here, Seville, Ranta, he has all that information that you're looking for. I have a feeling that he'll probably share at the moment. We are out of earshot, which is fine, because then I don't know about it. Okay?
Wow, the rigmarole you almost go through in the Edgeguard. Well, one last question before we part ways.
Yes.
Up for a bit of a book trade? I have some tomes that you literally could not find in this world. Might be nice to lend a book in exchange for a book, and if Seville is right.